Winner's Circle, I'm joined by the lovely Tiffany Mitchell, Stephanie Harlow, and Cody Calafieri.
Yes, sir.
We're here. We're going to be covering basically 2 weeks. What's everyone up to tonight? How's everyone doing?
It's Friday night, baby. God, I love it. Got my drink. Cheers to everyone out there.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're back. Steph, what's going on?
Can everyone
Steph? Cheers.
can actually hear hear
Bottle.
Stephanie tonight?
A bottle, man. I think it's like National Wine Day, isn't it?
Is it?
Out the bottle. I love Steph.
Think
She
so.
can do no wrong.
That's what I saw on TikTok. Isn't
Okay.
Tiffany beautiful tonight, man? I just keep looking at her. She's
go.
like,
Everybody
she's
just
like
praise.
shining like the sun, man. I can't
Yeah.
take it. Like, it looks like your skin's so soft right now, man.
I was saying before we went live that Stephanie and Tiffany just need to get a room.
Yeah, yo, Stephanie and Tiffany are like
Complimenting each other all the
absolute
time.
best friends
I've been
possible.
flirting with
Yeah.
her this whole time. I'm waiting on her to ask me out.
I was gonna say
Oh.
possible.
Imagine if we were like, this is the matchmaking show now too.
Hey,
Love is
It's the
blind.
winner's circle, okay?
The Winner's Circle, yeah.
it's you know. It is. So what do we think of the episode tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
the-
can go over the episode. I'm kind of just like a spectator at this point.
Yeah.
The
know,
Oh, that's
live
right.
feeds
You're the
are
host.
so much more
I'm the
interesting.
host.
The live feeds are so much more interesting than the episodes now, man.
Tiff, they're saying your mic is a little low. The only way I could turn that up, guys, is if she gets a little bit closer to it and yells.
Well, I got a big mouth,
Hey, yeah, you don't.
so you know, I get out. I'll get in there for you when I have something to say.
That's
Is
what
that
I'm
better?
talking about. I love it.
It's
Put my
crazy
mouth
because
into it.
you sound good to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
You,
what.
Derrick. That's why Derrick is my favorite.
What the fuck
mean,
was
I'm
that
look-
about?
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I don't know how. See, like I hear you perfect. Does
I'll
everyone
compliment
you
you in the mic too.
No, she's
I'm-
like
I
she's a
wasn't
little
saying
low.
in comparison to
Oh man,
my volume is low. Okay, I don't know.
that's all right.
We're-
I mean,
We're trying to get Tiff's volume is low. Saying give it a second though, because this is a little bit delayed. Does she sound better when she's up on it? I mean, I couldn't think of a better way to describe it. Volume low, yes. Is it low or is it tolerable or is it like lower to the point where you can't hear it? Still low. Everybody
Okay.
sounds fine. Let's see.
I haven't said anything, so this isn't good enough for you guys.
I
This
feel
is
like there's
good?
no way that that's not good enough. You sound clear as day.
Sounds good with headphones. Tiff is low and Cody is loud.
Oh, actually, I can lower my mic volume. But I'm just you guys listen. You all know that I'm loud.
Hey, what kind of mics y'all got over there? Like, what's going on?
I think you sound great.
So do I. I don't.
No, she
Steph,
definitely
how do
sounds
I sound
low
to you?
compared to
How I
you
sound low to
guys.
you? I mean, all three of you sound the same to me. Like,
Yeah.
Is there a volume
Yes.
button on your control? I mean, you already have the internal setting, but is there a volume button on the mic itself?
mm-mm.
No. We already turned her up in system preferences, so she's as
Yeah.
loud as she can go there.
And
Cody,
there's
you don't have.
nothing in Squadcast that I would turn up.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
Tiffany sounds good. I think we roll with it. I
Yeah,
think we
we're
roll
rolling
with it. Some
with it.
people. I mean, it's the best we're gonna get. I think she sounds good. If you guys really
Said I
can't hear it,
sound good.
sorry. Now Stephanie sounds great tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like super loud. I don't know what happened there.
I don't
Tiffany
know.
is sounding
Okay.
better. They're saying you're. A
Alright.
lot of people are saying you're sounding better. So I
Alright.
think
So
we're good.
it's just me talking in the mic. So I got y'all.
Yeah, we'll be good to go.
I'll
All
be
right.
here tonight.
So
We'll
what
talk
did you
about
guys think? What did you guys think? We'll go over it. We'll get into the fantasy in a minute. We're 2 weeks of BB that we've missed. There has been a lot on the live feeds. I want to go to our live feed correspondent, Stephanie Harlow, because she's the one who's like literally invested in that live feed. So we know what has been shown on the show. Stephanie, what have we missed on the feeds over the last 2 weeks? Because you've
Oh,
been
man.
telling us in the group there's been a lot. Where's your notebook? I know you probably got a notebook somewhere. Or
I
something.
don't got it. It's in my head.
Okay,
Love
so
that.
give it
It's
to
in
us.
the thread.
Love that.
So, first of all, Misha is obviously on my fantasy team, right? So, like, technically, I should be rooting for her. However, whether I root for her or not, it doesn't matter. And I have to understand that. It's like, when you have a football team like the Bills and you keep rooting for them, they never win. And then you're like, it doesn't actually matter what I do. So screw Misha right now. She is so annoying. I cannot stand her. And I don't mean to say that like her as a person, right? I
Right.
don't know her as a person.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
on this show, I cannot stand her. What a bitch. Okay, I'm just going to say it. She's being awful.
Yo, what if
Like,
she
first-
hears that and is
I
like,
don't give
yo,
a shit. I'm not
Stephanie,
afraid of her like these people in the house.
Yo,
Cynthia was like, oh, I couldn't
outside
take her
of the
if we met.
octagon,
Stop. She cannot. What is she going to do? Walk up and punch me in the face in the
Possibly.
street? If that
But she's
happens,
not
it
saying anything
happens
wrong.
then.
But she's not saying anything wrong. She's just stating her opinion.
I don't care if she does.
Women know when they're a bitch, though. Like,
Yeah.
we know. Like, if somebody tells me, like, Tiff, you were being a bitch, I'm like, yeah, I probably was. I'm sure.
I can hold my own too, okay? Like, stop.
I'm with you, Steph.
Stop.
I definitely know, and I agree with you. But she's like a trained UFC fighter. They know pressure points.
She
where,
is,
like,
Steph. Damn, you gonna make me
Pressure
have to get out
points?
there with
That's
you
a quote
and
from a
fight?
movie.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just playing because that's what everybody on the show keeps doing. It. They see her like, and that's
They're, like,
been the joke all
terrified.
year. They're like, oh, I don't want to see Misha in a fight. It's like, she fights for a profession, not just like in the streets, like at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not just gonna be sitting at Applebee's. She's gonna walk up and like knock me out with my spinach artichoke dip. All right, I'm not worried about it.
Yo.
And she needs to know she's being like awful. Okay, like first of all, this whole competition today. When they were doing, first of all, that competition was ridiculous with the 3 things and the veto
got
ego guy going in.
Zero wrong.
You had 0
Did you?
wrong.
None wrong. Not one.
You got them all right.
Everyone. Well, what does zero wrong mean?
Bullshit.
What does zero wrong mean, Steph?
What? What?
I'm just playing with you, but yeah, no, I
Bullshit.
really did.
There's no way,
No,
man.
I'm not playing about that. I lock
You
into
got
these
them all right.
competitions. I sit there and I'm like, if I was there, how would I do? And I'm like sitting on my couch and I'm
Yeah.
just staring at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did
Yes.
I. But
You just
man,
never know when you're going to be in. Steph, you
When
are
I was
literally
focused,
the
I
next.
got him right.
Yeah, if I talk to casting, you 100% are going to be the name. I'm like, this woman needs to be on the show.
No, she can't
That
go.
needs
We
to
have
be
we have
on
we have
show.
Crime Weekly to put out
Too
every
much
week.
work
You know what?
to do.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
gonna-
hey.
I will
hey,
100% make a call and be like, no.
Well, he's gonna stop my
Derrick has
ascent.
not
1000%.
said a
I'd be like, listen, you.
thing. Derrick ain't said nothing. Then he jumped in like,
Oh
fuck
yeah,
no.
nah, fuck no. No,
Listen,
no. It's all fun and games.
She's in the competition today, right? And like obviously people are like, this is crazy. Like when they started flipping upside down and changing colors, Lamar's like, holy shit. And she's like, Lamar, please. I cannot
Oh.
focus when you're talking. I wanted to knock her out. I'm like, man, you can't control the people around you. Obviously, he's your competitor. Why is he going to shut up so you can focus, you idiot? Like,
Oh, I was with
there's
you.
no And then when she was like,
And then Big Brother, people just will do that to
100%.
fuck with you. Like, don't let me know that it fucks with you. Oh, that fucks with you? Oh, damn.
I'm going to start
As
making
they should.
noises.
so that
Damn.
was annoying. The whole fight, and I don't think they put it in the episode, but the whole fight on the live feeds between Misha and Todd, like he walks in and Misha's like talking to Todrick all like freaking, I can't stand him. He talks so much.
When
And then
was
Todd
this?
walks
I
in.
missed this.
Yeah,
When
what's
was
up?
this?
Yo, so then Todd walks in and Misha's like, Todd, you say that girls talk a lot, but you talk more than anybody I've ever met. And Todd's like, I know someone who talks more than I do. And she's like, who? And he's like, he's sitting beside you. And it's Todrick, right? So then Misha's like, I don't think so, because you like talk to yourself a lot. And he's like, yeah, I did that because, I was in prison. And when you're in prison, you're bored. So like you end up talking to yourself. She's like, I don't know. I think you still like, and she was purposely being a bitch. Like at that point, be like, okay, Todd, I get it. Like that makes sense. But she's like, let's agree to disagree. And it drove me crazy. And then Todd's like, who talks more than me in the house? And Lamar from like upstairs yells down, Todrick.
Listen,
Yo.
no, you are that is so on point. I was watching the live feeds last night. I don't know if you were watching last night, Steph. I turned it on. I was like, Todrick was talking to Misha. They were outside by the couch, not where the jacuzzi was, on the other side, the fireplace, I guess, or something. And he was talking. And so then I left out my room. I came back, and he was still talking. It was like 7 minutes later, and he was still talking. I swear, it was like a whole 37 minutes. And I was like, oh, he is still talking.
And what's he talk about? What's he talk about?
Girl, I don't.
His damn
himself and-
self.
It was a lot. I was like, oh my God, I never in my entire life, and I mean this, I'm dead ass serious. Never in my entire life have I ever known anyone to talk as much as Todrick. I've never known anyone. I had no idea. I was like, oh my God, you can leave the live feed and come back.
Yo.
He is still talking.
Did you see when it was like Todd and Lamar, and then Todrick was like standing and they were sitting down, and he was like, oh yeah, blah blah, and I've been in like a bunch of Broadway shows after like talking for 20 minutes, and Lamar's looking the other way and he goes, Ain't nobody give a shit about that. And Todrick's like,
nobody care about
what?
that shit.
what? No one gives a shit about what? What? And Lamar's like, I was talking to myself.
That's great.
Listen,
Lamar's
I
so
love Lamar.
over him.
People say Lamar is not playing the game. Todrick asked Lamar something. I think it was on the live feed yesterday or something. He was like, "So Lamar, Lamar was talking about he was supposed to be doing another reality TV show." Todrick goes, "What would you do if you saw me there?" And then he tried to say something like, "You probably like be like, oh hell no, whatever." And Lamar is so funny. They were sitting at the kitchen table. Lamar is so playing Big Brother. He didn't make one facial expression. He didn't say one word. He just casually stood his long self up and grazed over to the kitchen where Todd was fixing something and said, "Can I have some? Can I taste that?" Act like Todrick said nothing and walked to the kitchen and ate some of Todd's food. Todd like, "Why are you getting so much?" He was like, "Cause I want to taste it."
I honestly
he
think
never answered Todrick's question. So I like he's playing an Xavier game. He like, you don't never know what I'm thinking.
I also think he's over him.
he's definitely over him.
Oh, he's definitely over him.
I'll tell you this.
But
with
he knew not to say nothing. Like, he doesn't lose his cool about it. He could
No.
say some slick shit. You know what I'm saying? He could easily. He know who the fuck. He know who he is. He know he could say something.
Yeah.
But he's like, I ain't about to say nothing because I'm trying to stay in this game. I'ma just go on over here and eat some Thai food.
I know how like the internet is, and I know like Shayna's probably the topic based on like what the internet's saying, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot more people watching on TV than there are in like the online communities and on social
Yeah.
media. You
Yeah.
call them the casuals, right?
Yeah.
With the edit that Lamar is getting, and all factual stuff about his mother, about his son, I would be shocked if he doesn't win AFP.
100%.
Like
I want
he's
him to
talking,
win
he's literally
AFP.
talking about like wishing he had more money to donate it to cancer research. This is a
Oh.
guy. This, I mean, like, and it's all genuine. None of this
It's
is for
genuine.
AFP.
Thank you. It's all genuine. You can
Yeah.
so tell. It's all
100%.
genuine.
Like Shayna's great. I like Shayna. She's a Rhode Islander, but I think I would like to see Lamar win, and I think based on the edit that he's getting from CBS, I'd be shocked if he doesn't win it. I don't see how he doesn't win it
Hey.
with these edits.
Hey, what is it? 21573. What's the thing?
The text.
Plug Lamar. Yes.
Yeah, go vote for Lamar.
Text Lamar to 21523. There you go.
Lamar definitely.
for AFP.
Yeah, I think he's got it. I think there's a lot of people that are just watching the TV episodes and not on social and not doing the live feeds. They're all voting for it.
When
And
he
not only
ripped
that,
his cards, when he ripped Todrick's cards.
Rip Todrick's cards. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you paid so much for those.
No, like the best part was Todrick can't open them, and Lamar's like, "Here, I'll open them for you." And then he rips.
Wait, what happened? I missed the ripped up cards. So I
Yeah.
know he ripped them, but how did he do it? He did it while he was looking?
He opened them, and then right in front of him, he just fucking ripped them. And then
In
Todrick,
his face?
and Todrick had like a meltdown, man. Like I actually felt bad for him for
That
a
is
second.
not
And I was like,
funny.
why am I feeling bad for him? But he was like, why would you do that? I pay a lot for those. And Lamar's like, sorry, you paid so much for your cards, and walked out.
Damn.
Dude,
It's so
Lamar
funny.
is 100% over Todrick. He's just like, I don't even feel like being fake. I mean, I don't even know if he's at the point where he's like, I don't even feel like being fake. I think he's just like, well, this is who I am. And so, like, if
Yeah.
you start to bother me, I'm just going to continue to do my thing. And I don't care if you get bothered by it. Like,
But it's funny though. Like he knows just what to do. Like it's some little. Like I know how to get with you. I don't have to yell, cuss at you. I don't have to. You can't say I said what. He won't say the wrong thing. But he just like yeah. Let me tear these little cards up right quick.
so somebody goes, Michelle says Lamar farting in front of Todrick was number one. Do we think that was on purpose? Do you think he was like...
He didn't care. He didn't care.
It's like,
Cody, would
yeah, I
you
know
do that?
I know.
Cody, you would be like, hey, my man, you might want to
Yeah,
swing
no
left.
way. I would do that. I would never do that. I would never do that. But I've also been
speed
told.
up here and walk with me.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, yo, go for the wraparound because you want to be in front right now. Nobody should be behind me. But I've been told, like, since college by my roommates, by Christy, that there's something wrong with me and something else comes out of me. So now I have respect for other people, and I won't be like, I don't want you passing out because I'm not gonna drag you if I'm linked to you. So
Oh.
well, there's that story.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but something's going on inside of my stomach. and it's
Cody
gotta
has
be something
IBS.
I might
Just
have
anyone
that.
was wondering.
Oh, Cody, you got IBS too?
Well, that was the
Yeah.
thing on 16.
That's why Cody wasn't laughing when Lamar shit his pants. He's
Yeah.
like, yo,
Well, you guys
Oh.
didn't let me get to that story, and I would have embarrassed myself, so I'm happy about that.
you're welcome.
Oh.
I'll talk about it. I'm not really embarrassed about it. I am who I am.
Nah,
It is what it is.
Yeah, we are who we are.
And I'm not going to tell the story now, but it
But
has
we're not
happened.
asking though.
It has happened to me, but so that's why I was
you
like,
want-
oh my God, Lamar. But I was like, oh shit, don't say too much about it.
What do you guys think about Carson going home? Well, we had obviously last week. Who went home last week?
Shayna?
Shayna went home last week. We kind of did we hit on Shayna at all? Yeah,
I don't think so. Did we? Because Kirkpatrick had just gone home, so we touched on that.
All right. So what do you think about Shayna going home first, and then we'll hit Carson real quick.
Horrible.
I feel
It was
bad.
terrible for Cynthia and Carson's game. I don't know what they were thinking. And for Carson to be like tonight, Julie was like, did you get Big Brothered? He's like, I don't know.
I
You
Yeah.
sitting right here on the stage.
I guess
Yes,
we'll have to
love.
see.
He got big brother, man. He
Yes,
got big
love.
brother.
Your girl just left. He was like, yeah, I was thinking we should have got her out later. They could have got her out later.
That would have been it.
Yeah,
Misha and Todrick Big Brothered them for real.
Carson got played, so
Yeah,
that was a huge misstep. And then obviously this week, you know, he really got played. It came full circle because they manipulated into him not getting one of them out, and then essentially they controlled this HOH with Todd and got Carson out. So it's exactly what they wanted.
I do want to say this though, if Todrick was really feeling pressed that Misha was in serious trouble, he did win that veto and would have taken Misha down. So I don't know necessarily that she would have even went home. Because Todrick
That
won
Misha
that
would've-
veto. I don't think anybody else is winning that other than Todrick. Did you see how fast he did that veto, that puzzle?
Yeah.
Oh, that
He
puzzle?
killed it.
Yes.
So
He did.
even if Shayna played, don't think she's beating him. So Todrick then in that situation would have literally just, instead of taking down Todd to kind of like stick it to Shayna, I think that's what he was doing, to be like, oh, you want to play this? I don't even need to take her off the block. You're going to go home next to her. That's what I thought it was. And if he did feel like she was going to go home, he would have just pulled Misha off. And then they would have ended up putting Shayna on and she would have went home anyway.
And that's crazy for Misha to be on the block and not have the votes to send her home. As big of a target as she is.
Because people are scared that she's gonna punch them when she sees them out.
Like,
apparently,
if you don't have the votes to send her home now, like,
never will.
Do you guys feel like with Carson going home, and this is nothing against the other one, but it's just what it is, like it's going to be, there's a very small chance that at least Misha or Todrick are in the final two. Like
Misha and Todrick will be in the
I
final
think
two,
so
and
too, but-
Misha will win because no one's voting for Todrick.
Right.
That's
So
what's
you
going to
guys-
happen.
so
Let's wrap
Stephanie-
it up.
So Stephanie, you think Misha
Yeah.
wins this year? Tiffany,
Yeah.
what do you think? Is there anybody in the house left that can beat her?
No. She's
the
going to win
only
every
thing is
freaking
if only
competition.
but okay, so it would be interesting if Todrick would send Misha out.
He would
And I
never.
was
I don't.
wondering-
You think he would?
But you know what, they were having the conversation they were having last night where he was telling her that he intentionally positioned himself next to her during the HOH competition, the first one, because he figured that she might win it and he wanted to be close to the person who won the first HOH. He gave her a lot of his game last night. He was going on and on and on about how much he knew about the game, which seasons that she should start off watching. She should watch 16 and 19. He went through all his gameplay, and I was just like, and she was like, wow, you're smart. If I was Misha, Todrick would have to go. It would be just like that moment when
I could see
Derrick
Misha
and-
cutting him.
No.
because
No. Mm-mm.
because she knows she'll still win sitting next to him. So there's no
True.
point for her to cut him.
She actually played this so smart because
But see, the only thing is if he cuts her. But she
Do you
trusts
think he
him.
would?
He's not going to cut her. He's obsessed with her. There's some weird connection there. I don't even call it weird because I don't know what it is, but it's like,
It reminded me of a connection where you keep
it's-
somebody that's gonna beat you. I don't understand.
but it's like kind of like a parent-child relationship at times, and like she's his mommy kind of, and it was cute before, and now I'm just like, this is strange. But when you get to the end, Misha's thinking, no one's voting for Todrick. She knows this. He doesn't know this for some reason. But she needs him here now to continue swaying the votes in her favor and
That's
his
true.
favor.
He's a number
his
for her.
favor.
Mm-hmm.
She played the game the smartest because if you think about it, everyone seems to kind of defer to Misha.
Yes.
And then if not to Misha, Then you got Todrick walking around the house, and all freaking Carson
Nobody
came to him,
defers to-
Cynthia. They were like,
to
"Oh,
man.
please keep us, please keep us." Misha and Todrick are getting off on all these people coming to them, like begging them
I
to
think
give
they
them
see
another
Todrick
chance.
as the gateway to Misha because they can't go directly to Misha.
Is there an HOH going on right now? Anybody
Yes,
in the
there
comments?
should be. There
There
should be.
I don't know if it's on the live, but essentially it's do or die right now. Todrick, no, Lamar or Cynthia have to win right now.
Come on.
If
It's
they
so
want,
crazy how Cynthia
Come on.
kept saying this whole episode that she trusts Misha. I'm
I know,
like,
it's so weird.
her and Carson, they just kept saying like, well, Misha is trustworthy. Okay.
So the reason why I think they say that about Misha and why I think she'll beat anybody is because she has not played she's not played sleazy. She's not
She's
been
a
going.
straightforward game.
She's straight up.
She played a straightforward game.
She's there to
Yeah,
just
you're-
compete in the comps, and if
She's
you
a
beat
Leo.
her,
I mean, shout out to Leos.
Yeah.
She's a Leo. We straightforward. You either like us or you don't.
how you doing? And so that's why I think Misha wins against anybody, and if anybody cuts her, they may have a good chance other than Todrick, because I think Todrick loses to anybody that sits next.
Todrick loses to anybody for sure.
He has to know that though, right?
No way.
I think
No,
I
some
think he
people
thinks
are
like
just-
I think he thinks that they're gonna base it off of his gameplay, and he thinks he's playing the best game in there.
So I actually think that everyone in that house thinks that Todrick is, has a lot of fans on the outside who are like supporting
They
what he's
do.
doing. Because Todd made
They
a
do.
comment to Lamar, I think yesterday, where he was like, "Oh, I want to say this. I want to say this about Todrick," and Lamar said, "Why not? Why don't you say it?" And Todd said, "Because he has a whole nation, like
Yep.
rooting for him." So I think they have this
Cynthia-
impression that he's doing
Did you
well.
hear Cynthia say on the live feed that she knew he was going to be there because
Mm.
she saw it on the blogs? And I also think, I am not sure, and I don't know why I think this, but I thought she said she was voting for him regardless. Like in the beginning, I think that's what she said, or she expected him to win. So it,
I
you
can see
know,
Cynthia
you
still
go
voting
into
for
this
him.
house. And because she's been hanging with him a lot. She's been around him a lot. She's been encouraging him and his conversation. She's like, I really love your stories. So
The only
I'm
vote
drinking
he
the Kool-Aid.
the only vote he has a chance at is the person who gets eliminated right before the vote. You know what I mean? Like the person who hasn't had a chance to go home and see the feeds and talk to their family members. Like it's going to be final three. Let's say hypothetically it's Cynthia, Misha, and Todrick, and Misha cuts Cynthia. She walks out on the stage. She's probably voting for Todrick. Misha just cut her, and Todrick's been okay to her. She hasn't talked to her family and friends, hasn't seen social. She's gonna vote based on what she observed in the house, which is how all of us have voted. So that's different. That's different. But majority's still gonna rule, and Todrick is not gonna have the numbers. He's not gonna have the numbers.
So someone just asked, does Todrick not realize the jury isn't sequestered and they can see everything before they vote? It's a really good question. Does he think
Do they
that?
not know that?
Yeah,
They have to
Do
know
they
they go
think they're-
home.
they have to.
It's got to be in the
Yeah.
contract.
So he must think that he's doing a
loved.
good job.
Yes.
Well, he definitely does, because I've seen stuff on the feeds, and I just read. I don't watch the feeds like you do. But I saw Todrick was
Wow,
literally
is that a jab at me? Like I have no life?
no, not in the slightest. But I have plenty of time to watch the feeds. I just
I'm
can't.
just messing with you.
I know, but I love it. I just can't sit there and watch the feeds. I can read up on
Sometimes
it, and
you
I'll be
just
like,
listen. You wait to hear the voices
Yeah.
raised, or you wait to
Yeah.
hear like something like suspenseful happen, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, what's happening?
yeah, I
You
feel
know, you
that.
just gotta keep it on the background.
But Todrick just said something where he was like, he just mentioned like, oh, I expect Shayna to apologize to me when I get out. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's not coming your way.
He's delusional,
Some people
man.
just only see things through the lens of their own eyes.
Right.
That's their perspective. They can't, it's the thing about being objective or seeing things from somebody else's eyes or stepping into somebody else's shoes. And I just think that he sees things a lot of times through his own lens and only. And this is the way I think it is. That's the way it is, and there's no one else that's in there saying, well, maybe it could be this way. Have you ever looked at it this way? Or, I don't think that anybody's in there saying that, or they're just not commenting on it at all. So when you don't have other people around you bringing a different point of view to your thoughts and giving you a different outlook and you think that the way you see it is the right way to see it, you're not looking for it to be any different. So,
That's a
in
great
other
point.
words, no, he doesn't think that he doesn't see it that way.
Yeah.
And if Misha was really his friend, she'd be telling him to slow his roll. Like if she had any intention of him coming out of this looking good, she'd be like, hey, maybe like stop the conversations about blonde white girls winning this.
But
Maybe
there was a
stop these
lot, because
conversations.
he
Like
said
maybe,
another thing to her.
yeah. So if she was his friend and she cared about what the hell he looks like to people on the outside, she would be telling him to chill, and she's not. Because I've been watching live feeds, and she's not, man. She's like almost like rooting him on. She's like, yeah,
Well-
keep going, man. Keep everybody looking at you while I sneak over here and win this shit.
Which I don't even think that's what
But
it's
you-
about. You know what I mean? I don't even think she's thinking in the winning or.
I don't think so either. Just like, okay, Xavier made a good point one time. He was telling me, he's like, hey, people tried to say I was saying I was a part of being this way. He said, but in the beginning, when we first got in the house, and I'm telling people like, hey, you shouldn't be talking like that, whatever. That's not cool. And they tell me, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is okay for me to talk like that. He's like, I'm not about to police nobody, so I'm not going to keep telling you. You keep talking, keep talking. Maybe she did say in the back in the past.
He
Maybe
didn't, because
she
he'd
did.
listen.
No?
I feel like he'd listen to her.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
I just she's the only one that could say something because we can tell already now that Lamar is having an issue with Todrick. If Lamar's the one that brings it up, Todrick just said to Misha the other day about how he doesn't think that Todd, or I'm assuming the only two guys that he was talking about in the house were Todd and Lamar, when he was like, they don't view my opinion. My opinion is less than a woman's opinion to them. So I can't even say anything to them. He was talking about what I'm assuming is Todd and Lamar,
Todrick and Lamar.
because those are the
Todd
only
and Lamar.
two, I guess, straight males. Like I don't see him saying that about Carson. And so right there, if Misha had a perfect opportunity to be like, hey, listen, maybe you should talk to him. So like if Lamar said to him, hey man, you're saying a lot of things, Todrick's mind would be like, oh, he's just saying that because he's a straight guy and I'm a gay guy, and that's why he views me that way. So I just think Todrick. That's why I think
understand that
it's in the
point.
house. And
Yeah.
I know I wasn't saying a lot of the stuff that he's saying, but I was saying stuff like that I was getting a lot of heat for coming out. Like it was
We
a
all
different
say shit.
Exactly.
Honestly, I said stuff. I was like, I know I'm canceled.
So 100%, right? But you got to let
Saying,
somebody
you
come
all-
out.
We all say stuff.
Yeah, you got to let somebody come out and like answer to it, and not like I just see a lot of stuff on Twitter, and I don't love what he's saying. I don't like at all what he's saying.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But it's like
Same.
that's not teaching somebody to be like, okay, what I was saying was not great. It's like, oh, I'm gonna verbally attack you. And when you're being attacked, you're immediately on the defensive. You ain't
You
learning.
are.
You know what I'm saying?
And you don't want to. Who are you? Why are you coming at me like that?
Right.
But why attack anyway? If
Right.
you have such a better way of saying things, say it better to me.
Mhm.
You start.
Yeah. How
If I'm
fast?
saying things wrong, if I'm projecting incorrectly, if you feel that I am speaking inappropriately, when you come to help me, if that's what you think you're doing, come at me the way you think that I should come at other people. And if you're attacking me or you're rude, why do you think I'm going to accept anything from you? What am I supposed to learn from you?
Right. I couldn't agree.
And I'm not willing to. So it's all in how you come at. It's not what you do. It is how you do it.
Mm-hmm. You guys wanna go over fantasy points, and then we'll take a couple questions from the chat.
I'm winning.
Yeah.
Am I winning?
No.
Yeah,
Tiff,
you know.
we
I
are.
don't even know.
We are all in. We're all just
So-
playing catch up right now.
Yeah, we're all playing catch up. There's basically this
Well,
is
Derrick,
basically
don't involve
a
yourself in the we all.
no, it's a Stephanie parade at this point. But I will say there is a silver lining here. There's a silver lining. Let's get to it.
Love
so
it.
obviously me, I'm a scrub. Negative 3.5. Nothing's changed there. Nothing's gonna change. Sucks to suck. Cody,
Yeah.
and I'm combining 2 weeks here. So if you count last week's HOH with Carson, Cody was at 4.5 after that week. He was 1.0 going into it, 4.5 after it with the Carson HOH and the Cynthia staying off the block, etc. Then with this week, with Carson going home, all that fun stuff, getting nominated, going home, he's back down to 1.5. So he's still positive. He's at 1.5. Tiffany was at a 0 before these last 2 weeks. However,
It's neutral.
she had a pretty good week. She got another point in the positive, so she's at plus 0.5 after last week. And then she had a couple things go on with Cynthia and Todrick again staying off the block. So now she's at a 1.0. So she's right below Cody. Stephanie went from 8.0 last week. She lost half a point after the Carson HOH, so she went to 7.5. And then this week with Misha winning the HOH, staying off the block. She's just killing it. Misha's killing it. Stephanie's at a solid 9. And then the people's team, believe it or not, you guys
Stephanie is at a solid 9.
you guys,
Damn.
that's deep, man. She's almost out of reach range, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
The people, you guys are making fun of your team, but you guys are in second place. So after, what it started with 2 weeks ago, you were at 2.5. You lost a bunch of points because what happened with them? I don't remember exactly what it was. You had
Well, Shayna went home.
Shayna went home, so you lost 3 there, and then Todd had a 0.5, so you ended up at negative 1.0. However, you had a good week this week with Todd winning HOH, and you ended up with a 2.0 for the week because you went from -1 plus 3, you're at positive 2. So you're in second place with a 2. The reason why this is important, okay? If Misha or Lamar win HOH, Stephanie's got it. There's no way anybody can catch her because that's 10 points right there.
Stephanie, you
However,
drafted Misha and Lamar both, right?
great picks. I mean,
Damn, girl,
best
you
best
are-
drafted picks.
Wow.
So-
wow.
So if Misha or Lamar win, it's over. It's over. However, if next week you have a decent week and then it's the final, you could have the people's team, everybody, all 3 of you are still in reach of Stephanie. However, didn't we say we're going to give points for runner-up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's runner-up get?
And AFP.
It was 10.
Well, that's the thing.
7, 5.
That's the thing. If Lamar wins AFP, even if Misha doesn't win, it's game over. Now, if Misha wins the game and Lamar wins AFP, it's going to be a fucking massacre
blowout,
in
yeah.
here. It's an
I deserve
absolute.
something at that point. I deserve something.
That'll
a
be-
party, a vacation.
Wait, who's
I
paying
mean,
for it? Us?
At that point, I'm trying to
Yes.
remember what AFP was. I mean, AFP was 5, I think, right? I'm sure someone in the chat.
Yeah,
knows.
so
I got it
Cynthia's
right
my
here.
player. Cynthia's my player. Tiffany has Todrick and Chris Kattan, who self-evicted. So Tiffany really only has Todrick playing so far, or left.
Runner-up is 5 points. AFP is 4. So even if Stephanie doesn't win, if Lamar wins AFP, if Misha doesn't win, but Lamar wins AFP, I still think mathematically, unless it goes like, it would have to go Todd and then Cynthia winning HOH back-to-back weeks, and basically Misha and Todrick going home. But she is going to lose some points because if one of those guys go home, that's -3 right there. There's still hope, but it's getting small.
It's just the only chance of it would have been my boy Carson taking her out, and they let it slip. And like when I saw that happen, I was like, now I'm gonna have to hear Stephanie just be like, "I'm the champ. You guys suck." I
You
didn't
don't
even
even
play
hear
the
that.
game."
I don't need to. It,
You're
it
gonna
goes
say-
without saying. You hear it in your head.
Yeah, I
That's
do
your
hear it in
self-
my head.
That's
I
that's
really
your
do.
your self doubt talking to you in my voice. I'm sorry.
So my
but it goes
self-doubt
without
took on
saying.
Stephanie's voice. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny.
I hear that happens a lot.
Stephanie, you get a cameo. You get a cameo from me if you
I
win.
saw that, Larry. I ignored it because I
Also-
don't want that cheap shit.
And I don't even have a cameo. I wouldn't give it. You couldn't afford my cameo.
He's
I
on
don't.
Cameo, the cameo with a K, like the
Yeah, I don't have cameo.
Bootleg cameo.
the
I
back
don't have
alley
cameo.
cameo.
Cody has cameo.
I
Cody
got
can
cameo,
do it
baby.
for
I'm
you.
on there I'm in there like somewhere, but I haven't
He-
done a
he-
cameo in a hot second. Also, everybody that's in the chat saying anything about the sound, I just left the room like about a minute ago, and Christy's got it on our TV, and
How's it
is
sound?
booming.
Yeah.
Boom.
She said Tiffany and Steph are a little bit lower, but like my normal volume, like a lot of people would have to scream to be on my volume. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I
But-
yell too,
Do your ASMR voice.
What does that mean?
like you just did, basically like a
yeah,
whisper.
like that. Yeah.
Oh
All right, guys.
I get
We're gonna take the makeup and we're gonna apply it to our face, very slowly.
that's like the
Yeah.
soundboard stuff.
I
I
hate
mean,
it, man.
I would think it'd be slightly different than in our headphones, but I'm listening to you guys through the internet. Like we're all recording remotely, so I'm basically hearing, I would assume, what they're hearing.
Yo, what I'm gonna
Close
tell
to
you
it.
right now is if one more person comes in the chat and says anything about the sound being bad, I'm gonna
Well, they're
assume
going
you're a
to
troll.
now that you said
I'm
it.
gonna assume you're a troll. I'm gonna ban you from the channel. So now go ahead,
No.
act up. Because I really do feel like it's people trolling.
Say
That I had
something
to
I don't
get up-
like.
That I had to get up and walk out there and hear it and be like, okay, I'm not going crazy. Like, I'm going to assume you're trolls, which, Steph, there are trolls in here that are like kind of like, oh, what they're trying to figure out the sound. Let me just keep going on it.
I know.
There are
I know.
people
There's
out
trolls
there.
everywhere, man.
So
A lot of people are saying it's fine. That's why as soon as I get a handful of people who say it's fine, then you know it's something with the setup or something on the
Oh,
other
Catherine. Catherine, you're out. Catherine, get her out.
no, Catherine.
end. So not sorry,
She
not
said
sorry.
it's very
It's
low
very low
volume,
volume
for
on the ladies.
We already know that. Like we know that
Yeah,
the girls.
it's
are a little
lower.
I'm just messing with you, Catherine. I want you to stay.
So Cody, is it something real quick where like you can't go too loud with it because of you and I, or is
No,
it just like you have it blasted?
I can do my volume separately, which is perfect.
Yeah.
But all
Yep.
three of you are on the same volume. So
Right.
no matter how much I raise it or lower it, like if I raise it, you'll be very
So
loud.
what if I lowered my volume and you
could do
blast
that.
it?
You could
Hold
do
on a
that.
second. I'll try that one time. One time. Give me a minute here.
But
And
then
we'll see
it's
if that
like-
makes a difference.
It's also tough because I mean I see my volume bars and I'm never going above like the middle of the green. And
All right.
you guys are like into the yellows.
Check. All right, how am I doing right now?
You're in
Am
the
I lower
green.
right now for you? Am I lower for you guys though right now? Are you hearing me lower in your ears?
All right.
How about you, Cody?
How about just you sound good to me, but maybe lower it a little bit, and then that's gonna be the last one.
I literally have the input volume as on low. Hold on here. Let me try this. All right, how do I sound right now?
All right,
check
now I
that
got
out.
people
Tell
in
me
here
if I-
being like, I actually can hear and I'm not a troll. But now I don't know who to believe.
All right, but how do I sound right now? Because if I'm lower, if I'm actually as low as Stephanie, try talking.
Hello?
Yeah, and how am I as low as her now?
Steph,
You
I
sound
feel
lower
like
in my ears
She's
now.
lower. You're lower than her now. So that's you know
Alright,
what? Leave it. And I'm
Okay,
lower.
so now raise the volume up and we'll go from there.
Bro, if I raise the volume, it's gonna be all right. Whatever, I raised it.
I mean, so now, how do you guys hear it now? That's about as good as we can do.
Now they can't hear three of us.
Somebody
Yeah, now
said
they
so
can't-
soft.
no.
Dot dot dot. Someone said so soft. Dot dot dot. I feel like that's a penis reference.
So swaft.
I don't know. That's how I
Oh,
know.
jealous.
That's how I know there's trolls. So now, anybody says shit about the sound, I'm just gonna boot you out. I'm sick of this shit.
Okay, so they're saying Derrick is lower now. That's what they wanted, but he just cranked
we
this
can't
up.
please everybody here because one person's like, oh no,
Yeah.
Derek's lower. Oh no, I can't hear Stephanie. Oh my god.
They're saying actually, dude, everybody's now
that what
saying
they
it's
sound like?
perfect. Dude, everyone's saying it's
I
perfect.
don't know,
now.
Steph. I really don't know.
Oh no, I can't hear anyone.
I feel like that was like
It's
Hey,
me, Mario.
Hey,
I'm
everyone
taking
said
these clues.
everyone said we nailed it. So from now on, I'll put mine at 60% on my end,
Yeah.
and then you can blast all three of us.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you're
Everyone
at
loves it.
60%.
Where'd you go, girl?
There we go. Everyone says
No.
it sounds better now. So much better.
But now
So
when
much
Tiffany
better.
talks,
It's all
it's
perfect.
not gonna be. It's gonna be.
No,
different.
it should be good. Tiffany, say something.
Am I good? What up? Am I
Yes.
good?
And now,
Oh,
if Tiffany,
Stephanie,
we're 2 for
so
2.
good.
I wish I could sound like that. Wait a minute, let me do that. Hold on, I gotta get right.
Here we go.
Hold on,
ASMR.
hold on.
To answer,
I don't
we are
sound like
covering.
that.
Yeah, you
Stephanie,
do.
do
Try it
it.
again. Try it again. Derek, shh.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
What the fuck
Yes.
is happening right now? Let's go back with Derek.
Yes.
Get us back on track. Derek, get us back on track.
Yes, you still do it.
This
way
reminds me,
better than
kids.
me.
What's the point?
Don't do drugs.
And that brings me to my next point. Yeah,
What did he say? Don't do drugs?
crack. Yeah,
It's
what
a
was that
Waterboy
movie? Oh,
reference.
Waterboy,
LT
Waterboy,
says
and it was Lauren.
Yeah.
And he goes, Waterboy stuttering in this thing, and he goes, you know what, guys? That reminds me. Don't smoke crack.
And the funny thing
Classic.
was about it is that LT was
Okay.
also like a huge like drug guy.
Yeah.
That's why it was funny.
Yeah.
Also, it's hilarious. For those of you that don't know,
We're not covering the challenge,
greatest
but we will be
giant of all
covering.
time, also.
I think
We
you're
will
really
be
being
covering
offensive
Big Brother
to people
Canada.
that smoke crack. Honestly, like they
That's-
could be offended by that. So
I
it
would not
sucks
be
to be them.
bothered in the slightest bit.
I'm.
I've arrested a lot of people that smoke crack, so there's a lot of people offended by me when it comes to that.
Ew.
Why you guys?
lot of
Why you
people.
guys even bring that into
Y'all
this?
can't bring crack up around me. I'm black. We don't want to hear that.
Why? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
You don't remember Whitney Houston, man? Whitney Houston was like, I don't smoke
I arrested
crack.
more
wasn't
white
Whitney
people in my
Houston
area to
killed
smoke
by the-
crack.
her doctor? Like, wasn't that
No,
the same
that's
like
a-
Michael
I mean, I
Jackson
don't know.
conspiracy thing?
No, it's supposedly like her boyfriend or something like that.
Oh,
No,
no.
that was her daughter. That was her daughter.
I do not have all my facts together with those cases. Y'all are crime weekly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Whitney Houston died of an overdose, I believe. Her
Yeah,
daughter died in a
Same.
bathtub, allegedly of an overdose.
Oh,
However,
so sad.
there's a lot of speculation around the boyfriend, right? The young boyfriend.
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
He might have been
Did
there.
something happen to him? Is he still alive?
Oh, he might be dead
Is
too.
Bobby Brown still around? What's happening?
Yeah,
Bobby-
with
yeah,
him?
yeah, yeah.
Bobby Brown's alive, but there was
Wait,
a boyfriend
There was a
of,
boyfriend.
and I don't know if he's dead or not.
All I know is
He's went through some things though.
Whitney was the shit, man. What a loss to the world.
Another
What a
Leo queen.
Wanna dance with
Mhm.
somebody.
All right, so you want to take some questions from him? We're all over the place right now.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
even
take
know
So
where
who
we
was
are.
winning? Steph is winning. I'm next.
Yeah, she's winning.
Shout
But
out to Tyler.
what I was saying was Stephanie's
Arcade.
winning. However, there's still a chance of you, Cody, or the people to catch her if Stephanie doesn't win. Misha doesn't win the game, and Lamar doesn't win AFP. So if Misha doesn't win, and let's say Shayna wins AFP, and one of your team members win, you're gonna get 10 points. So at that point, you could catch her. You know,
Nick
technically.
Gordon died too. Just FYI, you were right, Derrick.
Nick Gordon did
That was
die.
his
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
That was
so
his
that
name,
was
Nick Gordon.
I knew it was
Yes.
Nick. I can't remember his last name.
Like, not
Yeah.
a good name.
So that said,
Nick
we'll take some
Gordon.
questions from the chat.
Reminds me of
here.
the fish sticks, Gordon.
I am done. Where did you find her?
I don't know. I'm gonna
She
send her
doesn't
back.
know.
I'm like sweating. I can't even deal with this. I'm on fire in here. I gotta crack a window.
I'm gonna get wasted.
I voted for Lamar. I voted for
One,
Lamar.
I'm about to go for my second one. Stephanie, what the fuck are you on?
Hey, there you go. Yo, you guys are gonna FaceTime
A little bit of
later.
this, a little bit of that.
Yo, Tiff, Steph's been drinking right out of the bottle. She's on.
Duh.
That's my
She's a real
champagne.
one.
Oh,
Steph is a
shit.
real one. Honestly, she's in my top 5 real bitches across the board. B. Steph,
Love that.
Same.
100.
Same queen.
I don't even know if I'm as real as you.
Okay, you are.
Plays no game. She does not.
Yo, so I have to
You know
ask
we're
this
gonna have
question
fun,
to
man.
everybody in here. When Lamar got up for his eviction speech, it's super random, but didn't everybody feel like he was going to mention Chloe? I thought like that was a given.
I thought he was working up to
didn't.
it.
When
Right?
it did the first, I thought the first thing that came out, he said the most beautiful woman in the world or something. He said, I was like, Chloe,
Uh-oh, here we
His-
go.
his
my daughter
grandmother.
Destiny. I was like, but damn, I love Lamar. Like I was wondering what the hell was he gonna say. I thought he was gonna get up there and be like, hey, y'all know what y'all got to do and sit down.
Chloe needs taken back. Chloe needs taken back.
Hey.
100%.
But I don't know, man. If that's gonna make that man go crazy, I don't want that. But he deserves to be happy and at peace. He's such an easygoing person. I'm so glad. I thought Lamar was gonna quit. Lamar is still there. Like y'all not sending me home. I came to win. I'm a champion.
He said, I'm
I
playing
love
for myself and my
Lamar.
nobody's
I
team.
love Lamar. Yeah, I love Lamar. He's awesome.
How can you not?
I know, right? I love him. I love when he goes.
AFP.
I don't even know. I would love to like pick his brain for like a second. Like that whole scene where he like jumped up out of bed and then like walked in, and they had that scene where he was kind of talking. He was running through like his past experiences and Chloe and all that. It's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, we all know publicly what he's gone through, but I don't think anybody has an idea like privately
Yeah.
other than his immediate
Yeah.
family. But like, I would love, he just
Yeah.
seems like somebody that has so much like knowledge because of it, like not a great experience.
Because he seems to have learned from his experiences.
Right.
It seems like he goes through things and he learns from them. And he's not afraid to express that he's learned from them and what he's learned. I love it. I love the growth. You can just see it.
Yeah, I love it because he's just is like one of those like larger than life human celebrities. Like being on the Lakers, he played with Kobe Bryant. He played with like superstars and won a bunch of titles. It's like, to me, when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, that's like, he's a superstar. And to see him kind of be vulnerable and just real and normal, like all of
He's
us.
so
is
down to earth.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 It was awesome.
I
to see.
mean,
I love him.
you know who else I bet has great stories? Todd. Man, Todd, I feel like I could
Yeah.
just sit there, have a cigar with this dude, play some cards, and he would just tell me about all the things he's seen in his life and the things he's done. And some of these stories might be made up, but I bet you they're entertaining, man.
Made.
They might be fake, but they'll be entertaining.
He reminds me of my dad kind of, because he do be walking around the house just talking to himself.
Talking to himself. I love Carson. I would love to spend a day with Carson.
Oh my God.
Carson just describes everything so fabulously. I've never heard descriptions in the way that he paints sunflowers in the sky and birds in the he just is beautiful. It's just pretty.
That
Every time
that
he
jacket
speaks.
he had on tonight,
God.
right? The
Yes.
blue like satin jacket. I was like, nobody could pull that off but him with his skin tone, with his blue eyes, with his hair. He looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I thought the same thing. I was like, yeah,
I
want that
DM'd him
jacket.
Yeah.
tonight. I just went for it.
You want that, Derrick?
I
huh?
went for it.
Did
I
you
was
really?
like- yeah, I was just like, I loved you on the show.
Oh, speaking of
I'm
which,
waiting for a
everyone,
response. I was like, oh my god, I wonder if he's gonna answer me.
That
everyone
part.
keeps asking. Everyone keeps asking because we did the interview with Chris Kirkpatrick. Let me fill you guys in on that because it's a weird situation this year. So Cody and I do not like technically have access to the evictees after they leave. It's different. It's like going through their publicists. So everyone's like, oh, you interviewed Chris, but you didn't interview Shayna. Just so you guys know, I DM'd Shayna. So hit her up and let her know. I didn't DM her saying like, can we get an interview? I just said, hey, made Rhode Island proud. That was it. She didn't even see the DM yet. So she's probably very busy, getting back to normalcy, trying to figure out whatever was going on while she was in there. But I did reach out to her. Mariah, I did not reach out to her because I feel like Mariah had a little bit harder of a time adjusting to the outside. I know Tiffany and Chada, you guys did an interview with her, and she seemed like good, but she doesn't seem like,
or slide.
yeah, she's not really, doesn't seem like she's out there trying to do it. You know what I mean? But if she wanted to, I definitely would. Carson, Cody just said he hit him up. So, and then there was also,
I was like fanboying. I could try if he responds.
I mean, if he responds, and then Chris Kattan, I got an email saying that his PR person was the person to hit up. As soon as I got it, I sent an email within like 5 minutes. The reason we got Chris Kirkpatrick was because essentially he wanted to come on the show, which we were like super hyped about. That's the only reason we had access to it. It wasn't like we got an inside track or anything. So we tried to get others. Hopefully they'll do it. If they want to come on, we'll absolutely have
Add
them
them,
on.
guys.
But we're not,
Go on Twitter, at them, and say, go on the winner
yeah, I
circle.
mean, I don't want to be like thirsty like that though. It's
Yeah,
like,
No,
that's
do it.
definitely
I don't
not
give a
that.
shit. Go be thirsty. Add them like crazy. If you want to see them on here.
People I've gotten with are just
Go.
because they were in my DM. Like people will get
goes
in my
down
DM
in
and
the
be like, "Will you
DMs,
be on my
Tiff.
podcast?"
Slide
I'm like,
in.
okay.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I just, if you guys want them, you add them.
Derrick,
You know what I mean?
you-
I'm not gonna
you-
be. I'm
Derek's
not
like,
gonna be
I'm
begging
not
somebody to come
chasing
on.
no one.
I'm not begging
Derek's
anybody
like,
to come
Derek's
on.
like,
Big
I
Brother.
only get people's phone numbers. He's like, if I can't call you or text you and ask you if you coming on, I ain't doing
I'm
it.
right
I'm
there.
right,
I'm-
right? Like, if
Yeah,
you
and I'm
don't
not
come
trying
to
to- I'm
me,
not
I don't
Jumping
want
in
you.
your DMs.
No, not
Yeah.
come to.
If
No,
you
no,
don't
no, not come to
already
me.
follow me,
Derrick-
Derrick, like you
Derrick
don't
is
already
great.
follow
Derrick's like-
me.
Not
Derrick
already.
does
Like
it.
I definitely reach out, but I'm not gonna be like spamming you to come on my little podcast. Like
Nobody
I don't
said
care.
that you would spam them. Everyone else will spam them. It's just
Oh, if
about
everybody else wants
yeah,
to,
not
yes.
you. I'm telling the people who are watching.
Oh, yeah.
Go
that's
on
fine, yeah.
Twitter and then add them.
At
like
them.
add Shayna. Hey,
Oh.
go on the winner. I'm
Oh,
not saying
at.
you,
That
Derrick.
really-
should
no.
no.
And Steph
Yeah,
is right.
I'm-
That absolutely
Please,
works.
please
That's
come
how,
join
that's
me.
How Taryn, that's how Taryn Armstrong got me. He got me
Yes.
because fans kept telling me, do an interview with Taryn, do an interview with Taryn. I was like, oh, okay. It was so many of them. I was like, damn, who are you?
How good is Taryn though? Did you do the
He's a
interview with
beast.
Taryn?
I did. He came. I was there at Todrick's house. I had not even come home yet. He drove 2 hours to come do that interview with
He's
me.
great.
And we talked for so long that he had to come back the next day because that was the day Davon came over to meet me. And I was like, hey, I really want to finish this interview, but I got to go meet Davon. So
Yeah,
Yo,
he-
this
he's
is so
super
stupid. Look at
thorough.
you people in the comments. You people in the comments.
is.
You
He's super
don't
thorough,
even
right?
know. You don't
What are they
even know.
saying?
I'm with Derrick. That's thirsty. Shut up, Devin. You know what happens when you're thirsty? You get something to drink. Do you want something to drink? Yes. Then you gotta be thirsty first. You know what
or
else?
you die of thirst.
You know what else, man?
you die
Winners
of thirst.
and successful people are not too proud to beg, and that comes from the Temptations.
going after what you want. It's
somebody
about
clip
going
that?
after it's going after what you want.
Can somebody clip that?
Exactly.
Because I need that to like send to people. Just like, shut up, Devin.
Shut up, Devin. And like all these like single like men sitting at home like, I'm not gonna go like hit up a girl. I'm not thirsty. That's why you're at home alone getting on the VR porn, bitches.
What?
Hey,
Oh, no.
good
Wait,
question.
hold
By the
on.
way, I
Did
just
you
I
say
just learned
VR
about I just learned
porn
about
stuff?
that.
What?
Yeah,
Dude,
there's VR
that's
porn.
like
Derrick was telling me about it the other day.
I just
Oh wow!
I
you
just
told
told
Derek.
No, I don't mind. I want to tell the story.
I just didn't know. If you
I want to
did
tell
it.
the story. But
No,
yeah,
it
Stephanie,
wasn't
what if
like
I
a
didn't want
weird
that out there?
conversation.
Yeah, no
What if I
shit.
what if I
I'm
don't?
intimate
Stephanie, Stephanie,
conversation, bro.
I just got off this VR porn. It's amazing. And she's like, put me on black. No, that's not what
Oh,
happened.
so
But
y'all was watching some Black Mirror.
No,
what's
we
Black
live in
Mirror? Is that a
Mirror.
show?
You see, yes, Black Mirror is a show that has
Oh, I haven't
VR
seen
porn in it.
Dude,
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead.
where
I'm
we
listening.
live. We
Well,
live in Black
first off,
Mirror.
To answer a couple questions, because there was a couple good ones, and I guess this is a Big Brother podcast. We probably should hit those. To the point about having people on here, a lot of people asked, would we have Todrick on? Absolutely. We've already said that. I would personally think because Tiffany has a relationship with him, I would love her. We've talked about this, Tiffany. I would love her to spearhead that. I think it's going to allow him to take down his barrier, his shield. It's a friend. She knows she's coming. But I also think Tiffany's real enough to ask him the tough questions. So if he wants to do it, he will absolutely have an invite to come on the winner's circle and will be objective about it. You know, if he's willing to do that when he gets out after his PR team talks to him, we'll see. If he wants to, he has the invite. Well, also, a lot of people asked, I don't want to forget it, we will be covering Big Brother Canada for sure. And, you know, maybe get my redemption on fantasy. Now, to the VR story, because if I don't address it, it will be a thing.
Yeah, facts. Let's go.
So I got the Oculus, and I'm obsessed with it.
Why
I
did
don't
you get
think
the
I would be.
Oculus?
Can I give you credit before you beg for it?
You are out of control.
Wow.
Why
I
did
said
you
one-
get the Oculus? Steph
Give
should be
me
an
credit.
attorney.
So
But
Stephanie
why
had
did you
the
get
Oculus.
the Oculus?
She told me it was great. I was like, how good can it really be? Like, I'm a PlayStation guy. Like, you know, the graphics are so good on that. I bought the Oculus. I was like, worst case scenario to be for my kids. I put it on.
The
It's
kids ain't
literally
getting
sitting
it.
right here. It's in my office. It doesn't leave. I play a round of golf almost every single
my
night.
God.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Like, I
realistic
literally
is it?
get up. Dude, it looks like
Out
you're
of
on
control.
the golf course.
So
It looks like
cool.
you're on.
I
Oh, so
tried
you've played it, Cody.
I tried it at Christy's dad's. I'm right there. I'm like an inch. I just need
Listen,
like a little gust of wind.
This isn't sponsored. If you can swing a couple bucks, and it's good for like to get your blood pumping. Like I literally sweat my ass off playing it because it's like you're moving the whole time. But
I
that
ran
said,
into a window head
no,
first.
Stephanie, as you imagine, takes it all the way. Like there's no half speed with her. Like
Yeah,
if she's
my
playing a
son
fighting
has one
game, she's trying to
downstairs. I'm
literally
like,
slit
I
throats.
get
Tiff,
it.
Yo,
Tiffany,
I
you
like
have
that
to try
super
it.
hot game where you get to like
Have
be
to.
like grabbing the guns and then you have no gun and they're coming at you, so you think like, well, I have to like bum rush you now because I have no other choice, and then you're running into a fucking window head first. And my husband was sitting on the bed and he was like, what are you doing? You feel like you're there. You feel like it's real. So that's
it's
why
real.
that's why the VR
It's
porn
out of
comes in.
control.
So I was playing Top Golf. Shout out Derrick Levasseur on Top Golf if you want to come see me. I was top 100 the other night. No big deal. But that said, I was sitting in a bay. If you're playing Top Golf, you're in a bay, and people are like all shooting the shit in there. Like you're having conversations with the people in the next bay over from you, hitting golf balls, and they're like, "Oh man, this Oculus is great. How do you like it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm learning." And they're like, "Dude, don't know how you operate or whatever, but you gotta check out the VR porn." And I if VR porn, isn't it?
Oh, you
'Cause
did
if
not
you have
tell
an
me that's how
Oculus-
you found out about it.
Yeah,
That's
so if
creepy as fuck.
Inside of the
That
Oculus.
is creepy.
So then I
Inside of the Oculus, you're on the
Inside of it.
Oculus, and
You can
someone
try
tells
on
you
the
this.
Oculus.
Though, Tiff.
What
Like,
are they plants?
Like, you're
They
talking
just
to a
like
real
send these
person.
people into the game to be like whispering like, "Hey, did you try
it was
VR porn yet?"
it was a real dude, but here was the thing about it. I figured because if you have the Oculus, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's kind of foreign. But like you can go on and watch Netflix on the Oculus, but when you watch it, it looks like you're in a virtual movie theater. So
Movie
it's still
theater.
two-dimensional. So I figured that's just kind of what it was. I'm like, well, what's the difference of watching porn on a computer or on the Oculus?
Okay.
So then I looked up the article, which I told you, Stephanie. This is what I told you. It ain't like two-dimensional. It's like you're there. It's like
you're
you're
there
there
in front of you.
It's there in front of you, and it's a reason why a lot of
called
people
hot.
are probably leaving their house anymore.
What else did you read in
because-
the article?
I'm about to go view. Just let
So
you
then,
know.
so then I
playing,
did
I'm
some
playing,
research.
I'm
VR
playing.
porn.
So then I did.
Okay.
So then I did some research. So then I did some research for you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But thanks for
Then
one
I
of my
did some research.
What else did you read in the article?
purely for
I'm
research
dead.
purposes. But it's the Oculus.
About to
I'll
check
tell you
the
this.
VR porn out tonight. What I do? How do I find it? Is it an app? I don't even know.
It's
how to
called
work it.
VR porn,
Yo,
literally.
Clinton
Literally.
Merchant just goes, this is Winter Circle After Dark, and that's exactly it.
It really is. But
That's
the Oculus,
exactly what this is.
like the Oculus 5 years from now, like there are going to be people, a group of individuals, like a large group, who are not going to leave their home. They're just going to
100%.
be like
Yeah,
living
they're
their
gonna
life
be
in the
Mark
metaverse.
Zuckerberg's metaverse,
Yeah, they're
jacking
gonna
off
live
like
in the metaverse.
weirdos.
Because Oculus right now, the graphics aren't like it looks really good, but it's still a little blurry. But 5 years from now, I think it's gonna be like you put the headset on, you're not gonna know the
You mean
difference
like
between
Ready Player One? Shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
like Ready Player
Yeah.
One, where
So I never
you
saw
won't know
that.
that. Dude,
Oh,
you
it's
gotta
good.
watch it.
You gotta
It's
see
really
You
it.
know what
good.
it reminded me of a little bit? Do you remember Inception with
Yeah,
Leo?
but it's not like that. Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
but where people go to like the dream world because they want to escape reality. I feel like people are going to go to VR to escape reality.
At some
Yes.
point, the world might just be VR. Like,
No.
imagine like you don't even go shopping in the real world. You just buy.
You
your
already can do
shit
it.
in the VR world.
yeah,
and
Walmart's
that's what the
already doing it.
metaverse
Yeah.
is, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Walmart's already doing it. Like Walmart's setting up a place like in the metaverse where you can go
Creepy.
buy stuff at the virtual Walmart and it will be delivered to your house. So
You
you're
can
like
like
picking out
pick it up,
groceries
look at it, turn it around.
and then it gets like delivered to your house.
I don't
Weird.
know.
No, I mean like you don't even want the physical shit. It's just like NFTs. We just live in a computer like this, and you don't even. This is not even my real couch. I just buy a background. I buy a Gucci background.
That sounds
I was-
depressing, though, right? That sounds
I was telling
depressing.
Stephanie-
I don't like this at all.
I don't like
It's-
it.
Has anybody in the
it's what
comments
the world
seen-
is turning into?
But it's dangerous.
anybody-
That's a dangerous world.
It is.
I'm not part of that world.
I don't like
Has
that
anybody in the
world
comments
either.
seen the movie Surrogate with Bruce Willis? I was telling Stephanie to watch this. I truly think that's where we're going. The Surrogate is kind of like VR, but it's like you're in like this device and you have like a robot that's actually you, but it's like what you want people to see you as, like a beautiful representation of you. But the real person, like hasn't showered in months because they're sitting at home with their headset on and there's no need
Yep.
to because they're
being
surrogate.
Being a sim. Remember the Sims?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like
Sims,
being a
but
sim.
I
Yeah.
feel like I can't even.
But it just looks more real when
Yeah,
you're
Tiff,
there,
you have
like
to
you're
try
actually doing
the
it.
Oculus. I was like,
Unbelievable.
Derrick told me about it, and I was like, not interested.
Not VR
'cause I'm
porn,
into-
just the Oculus.
yeah, not
I
VR
want to try
porn, just the Oculus.
both. I want to try both. Y'all not gonna get me to not try
Tiff,
VR
it is the
porn.
most
I'm gonna
realistic
need-
thing.
No. I just want to see. I just want to see.
Cody, how do you not have an Oculus?
blame you.
Bro, because I told you when you were talking about it, I'm like, I'm a gamer. Like, I just love gaming. And I like sitting in the monitor. I use controllers. I couldn't equate it to what you were describing because for me, I couldn't get out of my own head of like, it's just the Wii. It's a glorified, more expensive version of the Wii.
It
It
ain't.
is not.
Hey, they said we way off of Big Brother.
Yeah, we're way off of Big Brother.
No, we
we're
should
gonna
take
cycle
some.
back.
We should
We're
take some
gonna cy-
questions.
yeah,
Let's
you know
take,
what?
let's take some
sorry.
questions.
It's a
It was
conversation.
probably
We're
my
making
fault.
All right, you guys
Hey,
pick
it's
them
the
off.
winner's circle. We're
Hit
winning
it,
over here.
hit us
always
with some
winning.
questions. BB questions or anything that whoever you wanted to answer.
VR
them.
porn questions.
We'll
What
Not
do
go
we
through
got?
VR.
What
No
do we got?
VR question.
Derrick can answer the questions for you.
Yes, I'm an expert. Yes,
Yes.
I'm in a position of authority when it comes to VR porn.
Wait,
Yes.
I gotta go back. Steph, do you do the VR porn? You watch it too?
No, I have. Derrick
Coda,
told me
what's the
about it,
question?
man.
Or
And
comment?
did you go
Okay,
look,
I'm sorry.
Stephanie, after I said it?
No, I haven't
Sure.
looked.
Sure, you're lying.
I haven't.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm kind of like creeped out about it. Like,
No,
what
it's-
if there's
I-
somebody
Steph, we
watching,
should
like
try
Mark
it out. We
Zuckerberg?
should just try it. Steph, let's try it out together.
I mean that I could do it with a friend, all right. But
And then
what
we
I'm
can
saying
talk
is
about
like
do you see this? Like what? I mean, like, will we be in the same room?
we maybe could be.
Big Brother.
Big Brother questions are coming in the chat. Big Brother questions are coming in the chat. Derrick,
Derrick,
grab him,
would you-
grab him.
would you do Big Brother again? I had the opportunity to do it All Stars. I don't see a world where I would go again. Little plug here. I have a podcast that I do with Cody, with Stephanie. I love what I do. I have my family. Big Brother is not what it used to be, especially on social media. So I had the best experience someone could have going on Big Brother, like the perfect dream scenario. Why would I go back and screw that up? Like even Nicole Franzel and I think even Cody, like you guys won the second time you went. Am I speaking out of term for you, Cody, when I say that you had more fun on your first season?
Way more fun.
Even though you won the second,
Yeah.
It's just like it's not the same. We had like a summer camp for our first season. It was. I don't want to ruin that because it was a good point in my life, and I'll leave it at that.
And,
So
yeah, winning, going back and winning makes it like I'm right there with you. I don't know that it would take crazy, not even amount. It would just be like a crazy circumstance to go back again.
right.
Yeah.
Remember
what
what
if
they
you
all.
lose? Then you have that black mark on your record. Like, that you
I
went
wasn't.
on a
see,
low.
See, I know if I went back, I would lose. Like, I truly know that. There's no way anybody in their right mind is letting me get to the end. It would have to be
True.
set up for me to win.
Yeah.
There's no way. I've never even been nominated. They're going to go after me.
I would love to sit next to you in the final two and be able to
And
actually
beat me.
have a chance to beat you. I would
Yeah,
not
I mean, I
go
think
after
you
you
would.
ever. Obviously, you know that.
Yeah, I mean,
Tiff, I would
think,
never go after you
Not-
either.
Oh, a minute. Well, it's too late. Not you making a final two. It ain't three
Honestly,
seeds.
you know me. At this point, honestly, if I was playing and we was a final three, I would sacrifice myself for you to give you a chance. Honestly, no bullshit.
Yes.
I would do that.
We should,
I'd be like,
Good
yo,
social
wow.
game. Good social game,
How are,
Cody.
how are we at final three? It's already a W.
That's just letting me know I cannot get rid of Cody. So Derrick,
Tiffany, would you do an all-star season? That's a question here. Would you do an
See,
all-star season?
here's the thing. I have a love for the game. I love that game. I love playing. I love the game. I do not love what social media does to people, real lives outside of the game. And so, I just think people are already looking for a reason to criticize me on anything. They're looking for any reason to say something about me. Now, would I do Big Brother again? I don't know, because I love the game, but the desire isn't there, especially because I want to come out and be happy still. I want to be able to still come out and live my life. I don't want to have to deal with the everything. Like it's a lot.
So I have a follow-up
You had a
question for
historic,
you
and
then.
you had a historic season your last time too. So now, like, you go
Yeah.
back, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be
Right.
different.
But I'm always historic. Hold on, Derrick.
Facts.
Oh, that was true.
Tiff, so would you say,
I'm setting records all the time.
because
Fair
you
enough.
know how stressful it is. Derrick can attest to this because he literally was explaining it, and now I can. When you're in the game the way that you played it, the stress level is insane. And the first time you play, you're not thinking of the outside repercussions that you now know of that can happen. Do you think that that is a huge thing that may make people shy away now moving forward? Because you know the level of stress that the game takes. Now add the stress of like, am I saying everything right? Am I doing everything right? Did I just say something wrong? That stress level is like brutal too. Add to the Big Brother game.
Playing to America.
do you
Playing
think
to
that-
Who is
America.
when are you ever watched publicly 24/7?
Yeah.
No one can tell me that they don't make a mistake. They don't say the wrong thing. They don't hurt anyone's feelings. They're not inappropriate all day long, all day, every day. It's impossible. And so going on the show, you are already self-conscious of what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, how it's going to be received by the people in the house. Then you have the added, these people watching you. You got live feed, cameras watching you all the time, not knowing who you're going to offend, because what's normal to you may not be normal to me.
Right.
You know, people live and grow up. That's like, I'm gonna tell. I want to. The outfit that them talking about how Shayna dresses, and then that it was related to how Big D commented about how Whitney dresses. And you know, one thing I was saying is it all depends on your outlook on that, because the way I grew up, I wasn't allowed to show my stomach. I wasn't allowed to wear stuff. I was not allowed to do anything until I was like 18 and out of the house. And even then I was uncomfortable because it wasn't what I was used to. But like my niece wears, she got a half top, she got a bikini, she's comfortable. She's used to that. So when she goes out, that's her normal. It all depends on what's your normal. But people just have to understand, just because your normal isn't my normal doesn't mean it's abnormal.
Oh my God.
It doesn't mean that.
Tiffany's
So
going
I
in.
just
that
don't know
for
it.
like-
I just don't know it. Like I don't have that objectivity to see it the way you do, because I don't know it that way. But
You
that
know what
doesn't
else I think
mean-
it's like a very bad precedent to set out there, where everybody's like, you can't say this, you can't say this, you can't say this. Like, legitimately, you obviously shouldn't say some things. But for me, like, I need to know who people are, and I need them to be able to feel free to say what they want, so I know who to avoid, you know? Like, if you're watching everything you say and you know, like, I can only say this, this, and this, you're never going to show me who you really are. And I'm never going to know, like, I don't want to be friends with this person. Like, I don't want to be affiliated with this person. I've always felt like everybody needs to allow people to show their ass if they need to, you know? That way we know who to avoid. But we're getting into a very cookie cutter place where
Yeah.
everybody has to talk a certain way and everybody has to use the same, like, verbiage. And then
I hate that, because I can't be that person. I cannot be boxed in. The minute anybody tries to place me in the box, that's when you lose me. I'm always be wrong to you,
mm-hmm.
because I ain't never doing. I can't do the shit that you want me to do. I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
Either you like me or you don't. I said that for a long time. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that. Move to the
Stephanie,
next one.
Stephanie, would you cover a regular season of Big Brother? That's a commitment. Now that you've actually ingratiated yourself in the world of live feeds, could you commit to a full season of live feeds?
Yeah.
90 days.
Yeah.
So you'll do a full season
Until
with us
she
then.
goes on Big Brother, and then she like, fuck,
She's not going. Like I said,
would-
I'm gonna
I
pull
would
the. I'm gonna
never.
pull the. I'm gonna say, hey, listen, guys, I haven't asked you for much. I can't do Crime Weekly without her. It's a tandem here. She can't go.
If Steph commits
hear that?
to
He
a,
needs
to
me.
a season.
I'll
You
get
all
her.
heard it, right?
Jesus, fuck.
Y'all
I'll get her
heard
on
it?
the-
all need you.
I'll get her on the lot though. I'll
But
let you
you
come
know
see
what?
the. Stephanie, we'll go to Cali and you can visit the Big Brother house.
I would. I think I
Y'all
would
should
win.
come to Cali with me next week. Why y'all playing?
I'm gonna be in.
You what?
I'm
You in
gonna
Cali
be in
next week?
Rhode Island next week
Yeah.
because Derrick and I have a big project coming up that we can't tell anybody about.
Right?
Y'all
Coming
gotta
up.
do it next week.
Uh-oh. We just caught that. Did we all get that? Secret plug. That's like the diehard listeners
heard it
that are
here
in this
first.
chat. Because there's
You
only a
heard it here
few.
first.
I mean, there's not a few. There's actually a lot. Like, so many people come in here and are like, I'm here from Coffee and Crime. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh.
It's Steph. So
I
there's
love
people in here that are
them.
like, oh, my God, we just got
And you're getting some
insight.
inside information now. Like we got a big project, man. And
Couple
sometimes
big
Derrick,
projects that we're doing in one weekend.
sometimes Derrick calls me about it at like 11 o'clock at night, and I am
just
like
fired up.
about to sleep, and he is
Dude, it's all I'm thinking
fired
about.
up, and I'm
That's
like,
all I'm thinking
He's
about.
a night owl.
If you
Big
guys
time.
could see my office right now, I've made sure that nothing was in the frame because like what we're working on, I literally have boxes and boxes of stuff related to it. So I'm like, yo, I gotta make sure that I don't leave anything behind me that like gives it away because once it's up there, it's clipped. So like everything's kind of pushed out. But yeah,
I'm so excited.
I know, me too. It's gonna be good. Cody, I got a question for you. Okay,
Yep.
are you
Cody.
even?
I'm looking at the chat because somebody said moderators question mark, and so I'm like seeing was there an inappropriate
Christy-
comment, but
Chris-
Christy's
Christy-
all over
Christy-
it, right, bro?
Christy's in there. Christy's in
Christy's
there.
got
She's-
it, man.
She was giving shout outs to Tiffany. Christy was like, Tiffany, you need to. Christy's Cody's girlfriend, Tiffany. She's the moderator, but she's in the chat and she's like, you need to come back and win, Queen. That's Christy's
yay.
girl.
I
She's
was
in the other
seeing them
room.
Say Christy,
She's-
Christy. Hey, Christy.
She's right out here.
Yeah.
She's always
She's
got
in the
on
other room.
TV. She's
She
the
be
fucking
keeping
best.
keeping y'all.
As we like to
hoes in
call
check.
her, the enforcer.
You hear what I said,
Christy
Cody?
the enforcer.
Yeah.
Keeping
She's
them
the
hoes
enforcer.
in check.
But
Sorry.
Cody, do you think now if you went back, and I feel like you still had the element of surprise
100%.
because people really undervalued your game.
I
Do
knew
you
that going
think-
in.
So now people recognize how good you are at the game. Do you think, kind of like the question I get asked all the time, do you think you could replicate what you did on All Stars now that the secret's out? Because that's
mean-
the real challenge.
Right. I think we all know enough that we play the game that it would just be like I think there's only
Send
one
him in a
person.
regular house. Send him in a regular house. They won't even know who he is. They don't even watch it anymore. They don't even know. They
The
just
new
come
the
on
new
there.
house guest barely
Yeah, just
watched
send-
it.
Yeah,
just
you-
send-
you know
they
what?
don't
They don't
even
even know
know
who he
regular
is.
house. Don't even
No, but if you went on a
know
return,
who
I'm
he
saying
is.
a returning
you're so
season
right,
though.
though. I couldn't agree
Yeah.
with you more. I'm talking, a
probably
returning
do
season.
better.
I don't know because on a returning season, there's always people, and the biggest thing in Big Brother is trust. And if I don't know that I don't know that while I played, I ever broke that like I can't trust Cody. Like I don't think I played. I mean, my game, like your game, and it was like super manipulative. Tiffany's
Fair.
game was like super like wildly strategic, playing 6 steps ahead. So like people are like, Tiffany's always thinking ahead. Like that's making me that'll make me nervous. Where like those two styles of games will make people be nervous going in. I don't know that my style of game is that like
Everyone's saying
you'd
everyone's saying you'd be the biggest target.
What is
Everyone's
your
like,
style of game?
I don't know that I don't manipulate because I don't know how to do it. I don't know what
He
manipulation.
plays
reason-
an
the-
honest game. He's Kylan.
No, Cody, the reason you got to go right away is because you win a lot of comps. So your game just
Yeah.
like
At
the
the end
first
of the
time,
game,
the first time you don't win comps, you got to go because if it gets to a point where you get to play in every veto,
Right.
I got to beat you in an
Towards the
HOH
end of the
and a
game,
veto.
yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
you got to go
Now-
before that.
Because that's what happened on 16. I won a lot of the back end comps. I didn't win a lot of the early, and then all of a sudden I knew that. I was like, people are gonna have no idea because Derrick was the mastermind. They don't care that Cody was winning. I was just the athletic guy winning comps.
Yeah,
And I was like,
now you
that's
got to
gonna
go
be
before
big for me. In the
you got to
second
go
season.
before that becomes when everyone gets to play veto. You got to be gone because if you're in there after that point, good luck.
Yo,
good
see,
luck. They
here's
gotta
the
beat
thing
twice
right
in a
now.
row.
You're dogging me for if I do go back.
Yeah.
You're
But
like
it's a secret tell, bud.
unintentionally hurting me.
But you got
no,
two
but maybe
seasons
they
that they
weren't.
can go
See
back
what
and
I was
watch.
doing?
Yeah.
What I was doing was try to downplay my game right there.
Everybody in the
And you're
chat
now
when you were
upplaying
like,
it.
oh, everyone in the chat, as soon as I asked, it was like, Cody's gone. First target.
Yo, you could put like highlights in your hair, grow a
don't even know
beard,
it's
call
me,
yourself
Steph.
Corey.
They
They
don't
wouldn't
know
even
it's me.
know.
Anyway, I had a beard
You go
like a
on
day
a
ago.
new season, they
Yes.
won't know it's you.
No,
Put
but
some
that's
like
the thing.
highlights, frosted tips.
That's the saddest part, Tiff, I think, is that the new people that play the game, there's only like a few that are like you, and Derrick was. Derrick was like a super fan. You're a super fan. Most of the people are like I guess I know Big Brother, and then there's like a small part that are just like, I just want to go on TV. Like I don't really
They
even
do.
know it.
They do. Or
Those
they
are the
or
best
they'll
people.
like watch
Yeah.
it from they are.
They're the best people for the game. It's like, oh, I've said it before, but there were people in our season who wanted just to be in like, a singer or an actor. And I was like, dude, even if you go home this week, you're golden because I think the voice is gonna call you. Really? Yeah, man. But
So
I gotta
I know what we're
nominate you
talking
this
about.
week.
I have no problem.
I gotta
saying it 'cause we
nominate you
love
this
him.
week. We love Caleb, but he was like,
It's Caleb.
I was like,
Caleb
dude, I think
every
you're
week
gonna
was
Caleb.
like, yo, you think you're
Yeah.
gonna come through the door with like a pickup truck and money in the back? And we were like, yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
happened. We were like, no. It's not
Bless
gonna
his
happen,
heart,
bro.
man.
I was like, bro, if you go on the block, there was a week. This actually happened on the show. There was a week, Stephanie, where Cody was in, Caleb was in there, and he had a crush on this girl, Amber.
I
And
remember.
We remember
I was
that.
like, yo, Caleb, you know what America would love? If you volunteered during my HOH to go on the block for her.
I
He was like, you think so?
remember.
I was like, yes. And got the blood off my hand. So
Is
he
that
volunteered.
how he ended up going on the block?
One
yeah.
time.
So I said, Caleb. So at the HOH,
And he talked about
noms,
that forever. I went on
Yes.
the block for you. I went on the
Yeah,
block for her. I
Amber,
was like,
poor Amber.
it's like,
and I made sure everyone knew too at
Poor
the noms. I
Amber.
was like, Cody is an admirable dude. He's a stand-up guy, and he has volunteered under his
Caleb,
own accord
Caleb,
to go
Caleb,
on the
Caleb.
Caleb to go
Called
on the
you the
block.
wrong name too. I don't feel so bad.
I do it all the time. I'm horrible at names.
me too.
But yeah, he went on the block. So those are the people you want because if they're there for other reasons than Big Brother, you can kind of use that to your advantage if you know what they're motivated by.
Be
Damn.
small cowboy.
Yeah.
Shout out Caleb. Love Caleb. One of the, without a doubt, the hardest person in the house to evict for Cody and I. We were torn up about it. We
I love
really
Caleb, too. I felt
didn't want to
bad.
do it. We
Real
really didn't
torn
want to do it. I
up
remember
about it, yeah.
we were sitting there and we were like, dude, this
Damn.
kid was like, oh, our families are going to be there
Yes,
on
that-
finale night.
bro.
I was dying inside. I was like, wow, man. And as soon as Cody won the veto, we were like, mathematics. It's him or Victoria.
You know what I think? This would be
Gotta
a good
send
question. Minus Claire.
Victoria should have gone.
Minus
at
Claire,
home, man.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Who was our? Because like I don't want the cookie cutter answer of like we know how brutal. Like we already know
Claire.
how hard it was for Claire for you
Yeah.
to send Claire home, especially on your
Yeah.
HOH. So let's take Claire
Yeah.
out. Who was
Yeah.
the hardest person to send home? Because that's a real thing. What Derrick just did about Caleb was horrible.
It's a no-brainer. It's DX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
knew
right.
you
I
were gonna say
forgot.
that.
Yeah, DX. I forgot.
Cried.
Yeah. You said
He was
that
so
when we
likable.
talked, yeah.
I cried. I was really crying. It was before the live show. Like I hadn't, the goodbye messages is not. You can't say what you. Cause you're just not. It's not
Right.
them. But me and him, we were sitting there, and I was just like, "You are." It's something like you feel like they're dying. You feel like you're not gonna see them again when you're saying goodbye. And I'm just like, I love you. You are so sweet. Don't ever let anybody change you. I love Derrick. Derrick gave me so much in that house. Laughs. That kid would make me laugh until my stomach hurt. My stomach would hurt laughing with him. He taught me fucking math. I hated math. He was so patient with me. I just love him. So when he had to go, I got into it with Kai. I got into it with X. I got into it with Big D. And I didn't get into it with Chata, but I was mad at her. Because she said something. Kai comes and tells me, like, yeah, Chata said she shouldn't have to, something comfort people when she's going through. I was like, I don't give a fuck just because that's her person. That's my friend. I love him. I don't want him to go. I was ready to turn that house upside down.
I think that was the first time that anybody, because it was never really portrayed on the live show that, because it was Chata, Derrick X, it was always that you guys were close, but not to that level. And for
Oh
me,
my God, I love
that
him.
week when he went home, that's when I knew. I was like, yo, Chada is violently cutthroat because she wasn't even like batting an eyelash.
She
But
was
she
she was
did-
all
was like,
business.
"Oh,
Was
he's
she-
got to go."
Listen,
I was like,
listen.
what?
Two things. She did cry, and I've never seen her cry since.
Yeah.
And she is cutthroat.
Hell yeah.
Chada stands are stanners because, and they're the way they are because they see that in her. Chada is like
Yeah, she didn't care. She was like, "Oh, he's got to go. He's got to go."
Yeah.
Chada. Chada is. She will just
Stephanie-
do what needs to be done.
I have a question for you, Stephanie, that all house guests get asked. It's like the number one question I hear. You go in the house, okay? You're in the house. Do you win the first HOH or do you throw it?
Are you asking me?
Oh, what
Yeah.
what a great question. Yes.
Cody, do you remember having this conversation before you went on All Stars?
Bro, like it was ringing in my head when I was sitting there. I was like, I could throw this or I could win it, and I don't know.
That was the
any of
plan.
these
If
Yeah,
you
but
remember-
you
remember-
have that choice, man. It depends on the competition. Would I even
Right.
have that choice?
Right.
Like, am
So
I
if you-
climbing
if
a
you could
rope?
win it-
If I'm
No, if
climbing
you
a
could
rope,
win it-
I'm
That's
I
not-
ain't never threw
I thought
no competition.
The way, Steph, the way that I thought you meant that is like I knew the people that I was looking at.
No, I mean,
'cause
like,
it was the
you
All-Star.
know,
No, like
That's what I
you
thought
know
you
you can go in and win this competition if you want. I'm not
That's
like
right.
a
Yes.
strong
What if you
person.
could?
that.
What if
Compton
you
Big
looked
Brother
at it and it
not
was a
like
true?
that.
It's a true crime. It's a true crime quiz competition where it's
Well,
like
you think all I'm good at is true crime, man?
I mean, you're
Psy-
kind of known for true
psychological
crime.
athletics, volleyball.
Shit.
It's kind of
Anything?
what you're
Just
known for.
put me in a box.
All right,
If
so
it
it's
was
a, it's a
something
tr-
I thought I could win, I would
Yes.
win it.
Okay.
It's
Why?
not in
Why?
me to throw shit. I don't know.
Is this the
Okay.
first HOH?
first HOH of the season.
Oh, first HOH of the season, Steph. Win
I'm
it.
gonna win it, and
I'm
here's
winning
why.
it.
Cause I'm
See,
just this little girl. Oh, I got lucky. Oh, I can't believe I won that. And then I cook everybody some bolognese sauce, and we'll all be happy, and then fucking they're gonna love me. They're gonna
Look
keep
at
me
this fucking Big Brother
She
All
needs to
Star
go on the
girl.
show.
If you don't get your ass out there, I am like, please.
We gotta give some time because Derrick's like, no, you're not going.
Look at Derrick.
No,
He
think about
mad
your
at-
kids, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Your son looks for you every single night before bed. Your daughter, we can't even be on the phone 5 minutes, and she's like, "Mommy, you can't go on no show. You ain't
Well,
going
you're
anywhere.
right
I'm not worried
about
about you
that, man.
leaving. I'm not worried about you leaving." Cody and I, and we've talked about it before, but like before he went on, we were talking about it, and we're like, "Yo, you probably shouldn't win the first one because everyone already thinks you're a threat." And he was like, "Yeah, probably not." But when I saw the other players, I was like, "Yo,
Yep.
he might want to win this.
I
He might want to
literally-
win this
that's
because
all that was
they're
going through my
probably going to
head.
go after him."
That's
And
it.
then when you won,
like-
I was like, "Smart."
But also,
Who
when
won the
everybody-
first one on your guys' season? I can't remember. Was it Devin?
Caleb and Frank.
It was a dual
went deep.
HOH.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, two
Like
HOHs.
Final 5, final 4.
And Frankie was scared that Caleb
Exactly.
wouldn't like him.
Mhm,
Yeah,
'cause,
but
like,
usually,
yeah.
historically, like winning the first HOH is not a good thing. That has
Misha won the first
definitely
HOH,
changed.
right?
The problem,
Yeah.
The problem with the first HOH is 90% of the time. I would say like 95% of the time. The reason why it's not great is because that power goes to people's heads like that, and everybody's like,
It
"Oh
can.
my god!"
Yep. It can. Frenchie.
Right. So I would say
Frenchie
like that's why I say
spazzed out.
95% of the time because there's people like that win the first HOH and it helps them. Like Frankie and Caleb, it like planted them in a way where they were so protected on 16, and that's why I wasn't afraid
gives you
of it.
so much. I think it gives you so much leverage because you just will have conversations with damn near everybody in the
Mm-hmm.
house, and if you don't, then the people you don't have conversations with, I got a reason to put you on the block. We didn't even talk. You
And
know,
it's easy, and everybody understands that in the first week. That's why I watched. It was 20 and 21, both the first HOHs. Tyler and Mickey. Tyler went final 2, Mickey went final 2, Mickey won, Tyler lost. I was like, it kind of made me backtrack of the whole, I should throw comps and be scared to win the first one. Because I was like, past 2, I was like, I think there's a way to play it where I can do this well, even if I win it. And when I saw the people, I was like, dude, I'm the dude that'll go on the block to every single one of them. They'd be like, because it was like Ian, Nicole A, Kevin, Memphis. I was like, Memphis could be like a Caleb, doesn't like me just because he thinks I'm the athletic guy. Throw me on the block.
Dude, they pinned you against each other before it even started.
Yeah.
Julie literally looked at Memphis and Cody and goes,
Yeah.
"All right, who's better, the hitmen or the detonators?" Like I was like, Julie, why are you doing
We
that
we
to them
were
before
both
they
of
even
those.
go
It
in?
was the Hitmen or
I'm sorry, the Hitmen. What was the Renegades?
the Renegades.
Oh,
It was like the
damn.
Hitmen or the Renegades, which was him and Dan. And I was like, wow, like you literally just pitted them against, and you both were like,
Yeah.
it's the Hitmen, it's the Red. I was like,
Yeah.
But
okay,
it actually
well, I guess
bonded us. It gave us like this
It
whole
did,
like
it
right
did.
in that first week. I was like, bro, we both got second. We could ride this out. And he was like,
Yes.
yeah, 100%. But he was always the alpha guy. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take a backtrack to you. Everybody's gonna go after you at some point, and I'll be the guy right
yeah,
behind.
we're
you.
pretty good.
And that's it right there, right? If you're winning competitions and you're like an alpha dick, yeah, you're going to be a target. But if
Yeah.
you're winning competitions and like you're a nice person and you're straight
Yeah.
up, people are going to be like fucking like, there's this dichotomy. They're like, shit, like he's really cool. He's really down to earth. Like he's super sweet. Yeah, he's good at competitions, but maybe he can help me get to the end now. You know, that's what they're going to
That's
line.
how Kai did his that HOH. He won his first one. He won in week 2 after Frenchie had the crazy Frenchie's Funhouse HOH. But then Kai came in. It was really cool. He was a sweet guy. He was chill. He was down. He conducted it like he was having meetings. We thought we was going to his office. He had snacks and shit on the table.
He was the boss
held
that leaves the
minutes.
door open. Like,
Yeah,
he's
yes. But then
approachable.
by Kai's second HOH, he was Obama's second presidential term. We was like, whoa, something happened.
A great first. Yeah, it's just crazy how it does that. Like, and honestly, Tiff, I think it's the power. Like, you get in there, you're the HOH. It's the power of it. You're just like, oh man, I think I like this. I think this is like people are gonna look up to me, and like I know. I'll tell you right now, my brother, I love him to death. Him winning an HOH was the biggest downfall of all time of him playing the game.
Oh, damn.
Right when he won it, he got a taste of that power, and then that alpha in him was like, "Oh, I'm the guy," and it literally made him just turn into like it spiraled him into a horrible situation. Which you see that every single season, there's going to be somebody that wins the HOH, and that win is detrimental to the rest of their game. It happens every season.
Yeah.
There's always one person. It's like
That
clock.
power trip. They
Yeah.
forget that they have
Yeah.
to go back downstairs after
Right.
the week's up.
Exactly.
I did not want that.
That's
I was
weird.
like, let me just be a chill ass.
Right.
SB's
You did,
HOH
Steph.
was so
Tiff.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to get called each other.
That's my bad.
I was like, SB's HOH was the house was so weird. You ever had somebody be HOH and the house is so weird? You like, there they go again.
Honestly, on 16, we never had it. Like 16, the HOH room was like a community room.
Yeah, it was
every
wide open.
week. Every week, like
As
it was
it
like
should be if
it
you're
was the
trying to
craziest
like,
thing.
if you're
Form
trying to
that
make a good
relationship.
impression.
Yes.
I
That
mean,
first
I
week,
was like that. Come to this room. Shit, it ain't mine. This belongs
That's how you
to
got to
the
do
house.
it. You want everyone to feel like
Yeah.
it's
Be
their
gracious.
HOH.
Come
Yes,
eat all
man.
these snacks, listen to this music. Big D was up there listening to all my music. I didn't even know we was beefing. What the fuck
That's
was
how
you
you
in
gotta
my
be.
room? Why was you listening to my music? Turn me down.
That's how we barely
Oh,
even used
man.
the shower downstairs. Like it was like,
What?
hey,
Whoever
You
was
know, I'm
HOH,
gonna-
just we had like a rotation.
hey, we all like used the shower
Damn.
upstairs. We barely.
Were there
You
cameras
only
in
use the
the
shower
HOH
downstairs
shower?
if you HOH. There was what? Yes, but it's like on an angle. They could still catch it, but it's like you don't see everything. But the shower upstairs was just so much nicer. The water was always hot. Downstairs, it was a cold shower and a hot shower for the people who are not have nots.
Yeah.
So the water on the hot side never got hot. So it was like,
Bro, Tiff,
yeah.
they that was still an issue on All Stars where like you couldn't
What?
find the temperature in the shower. You couldn't find the right temperature in the downstairs shower.
No, I had a hot shower. We had
so
hot
they
showers.
fixed it because we
They
were
fixed the plumbing.
bitching.
Mhm.
It was like in order to
Yeah.
have a hot shower downstairs, the HOH shower had to be on, and then the one side had to be off, and the other side had to be on. That one would get like the proper.
Okay, so
temperature.
there was some funky thing with the HOH shower. You had to turn one
Mm-hmm.
on first because we had two spouts, so you had to turn one on first and then the other one for them both to be hot. But if you turn this
Yeah.
one on first, that one was going to be cold.
Yeah, so we had shit like that too. It's
What
like, how they not get the plumbing right?
What
Do you
think
remember
about
the-
the new stairs? Oh, go ahead.
I like the new stairs. I think
How
they're
do you
less
like the new
dangerous.
stairs?
backyard?
That's for
Tiff,
sure.
you said something about that.
It's
on the
under
live
the
feeds.
stairs. It's
Yeah.
under
Where,
the
though?
stairs. And then so we had a sliding door.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you come through the kitchen, we had a sliding door, and then there's a staircase. Well, now the staircase comes over the
Over
sliding
the
door,
sliding door.
and
As-
it comes out to where the refrigerator is.
That's where you
Yeah.
go
The
up.
refrigerator is built into the wall. Yeah, that's where you go up the steps across. So the slant is actually going over the door that leads to outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just figured out where the hot tub was outside. Did y'all know the hot tub was outside?
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't
that's where they can go outside for like smoke breaks or like
Yeah,
to
so
get fresh air.
they put them a little area
I
outside
just
and
noticed that
blocked
Yes.
Chris
off
finally
the
put it in the
rest of the
show.
backyard. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go
when
ahead, Derek.
when I was a have not, they never figured out until like the last week. What I would do, Tiffany, is we were allowed to take cold showers or use the shower outside for the pool. But what they didn't realize was the pipes were all like, you know how in the backyard that little shower where you like pull the cord?
Yeah.
There was like all the piping was exposed along the wall. So what would happen if I waited long enough in the day, those pipes were in the sun. So the first like 3 or 4 gallons would be hot. So I would be like, oh, I'll just take a shower outside. You know, it's better that way. It's cold. And I would literally pretend like the water was cold when I was getting wet, but it was very warm.
That's
it was a
why
great
I
shower.
hope you a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
detective, because
It was
your
great.
ass.
And then
that's
like the
some
last week,
detective work.
the last week I was a have not. They were like, hey, by the way, no more showers outside, jackass. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, my bad.
It's nice out there, though.
I was like, oh, I just wanted to be outside. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
We get it.
Oh, the have not shower. No.
Any other things before we wrap it up? We're just like, we're off the rails here.
Yeah,
we're
but
an
I
hour
love
and a
this.
half
I
in.
feel like these are my favorite ones. We're actually having conversations, so I appreciate everybody being in
Yeah.
here.
Little inside scoop.
Steph!
Stephanie, anything to add?
Final
Stephanie?
question
Say
for
some-
anybody.
Stephanie's
say
ADD
something
is
hot.
kicking in.
I just want Stephanie to say something for me.
Okay.
Say something, baby.
Oh, shit. Wait. Steph, you're muted.
Yeah, Stephanie's
Steph, you're
muted.
muted.
What do you want me to say?
Her ADD.
That
Look,
was
at,
just
I
a
can
little
tell her
bunny
ADD
shot.
is kicking in.
Boom.
She's like, what do you want me to say?
Because I was like playing with my pen over here. 'Cause I
Yeah,
have
you're
ADD.
done. She's done. She's like, squirrel. She's done.
Sometimes Derrick is like thinking I'm taking notes, but I'm not. I'm just drawing.
No, she's writing stars.
Flowers
Hundreds
in the-
and-
My mom would always draw flowers in the top corner of her pads. Like there would always be this crazy elaborate flower picture up in the corner.
Yeah.
You do
Probably
stuff
while
like
she's
that?
like on the phone with somebody,
Yes, or
just
like
like
you-
doodling.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mom. Yeah, that's so funny. Nostalgic. That was just nostalgic.
So I was just drawing a bunch of stars and, listening to you beautiful people talk about
Yeah,
showers.
she's done. Stephani's checked out.
All right.
I'm
Derrick,
not
wrap
checked
us up.
out.
Wrap
Fuck
us
you. I
up,
want
B.
to throw. I wish I could throw.
Throw as hard as you can. Ow, it hurt. Congrats to your $800 lens. It's broken.
No, that's
Tiffany,
how
any
proud
final
of-
words?
Tiff always wants to flirt.
I mean, I just saw that shit. I was like, do I? I can't help it.
That's
I'm
what
a
life
loving-
is for.
I'm a
man.
loving person. I love to make people feel good. And, Steph is hot. Like, I mean, I'm a flirt with her. I don't know.
No, you
Y'all
don't.
can miss y'all chance. I'm not missing mine.
Hey,
I'm gonna take
yep.
Tiffany dancing, man. We're gonna do
Girl,
dancing.
I can't dance. Honey,
Yes, you
this
can.
32% white in me then took over when it come to dancing. I cannot do it.
You stand there and then
Yo,
I'll
I'm a
dance
great
around
dancer,
you.
Tiff.
Now
Phenomenal
Steph
dancer.
telling me listen.
I ain't.
my-
Derrick is a bad dancer. No, I don't know.
How do you know?
Mine
You never
didn't
seen me
work.
I
dance.
know. I was just gonna say. I
Steph
never
told me to
seen
We
it.
just
Stand there.
assume.
Just assume. I could be like,
No, Derek,
could be like Channing
cannot.
Tatum.
He's the
I was like,
two-step,
trying to
Derek, I
get some
cannot see you dancing. Derek, I cannot see you dancing. You
Yo.
chill so hard on the 24/7 since the first time I saw you on the screen. You have chilled so hard dancing. I would love to see it.
I'm
You
definitely
probably
not a
be
great
like,
dancer. Like,
Yeah.
Derek got a
bullshit. I'm
Derek got
not
a
great dancer.
1-2 if he got anything. He
Has
got
a-
I can see
exactly,
him
he's
when
got
he
the
old
1-2 step
with some-
He's
for
just
sure.
saying,
Yeah,
like,
with some
don't-
slip. He got his
don't
slip
need
and
pizza.
slide shoes on. Derek, like, don't hurt nothing now.
Maybe he gets a little like sprinkler,
I
like
was
the
I went
dice.
to a
He's doing the
bar-
dice thing too much.
I went to a bar with Stephanie, and Stephanie had, let's just say Stephanie had enough dance for all of us. I was like,
Yeah. I was
out.
up in VIP. I was breaking it down. They were playing all my 90s, early 2000 hits,
Oh.
man.
I'm good with
I
the 90s,
was.
2000s. I mean, 2 drinks is my maximum, but if you get me on 3 drinks, I might dance.
Hey, yo.
There's no maximum of 2 drinks when you're with me. No.
Oh,
But-
Lord.
But listen, like,
Yes.
it's gonna be fun. But Derek, like, have you guys seen the show? It's like, I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Tiffany, come to
John
Vegas.
Cena's in it. It's called The Peacemaker
When?
or Peacemaker.
April,
What?
the Peacemaker, John Travolta, yes. But
No,
Stephanie,
Cena.
I'm inviting
John
Tiffany.
Cena. What?
Yeah, John Cena, the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
You know the
yeah.
opening credits where he's like dancing? I could see you doing that.
I haven't seen it, but I'll take
You
your word
gotta
for
see-
it.
You gotta watch it.
But yeah, shout out Tiffany. Can
Yes.
come April 29th,
Vegas.
April 28th through the 1st, May 1st, Vegas. Crime Con 2022.
Yeah.
We'll be in
I'm
Vegas.
there. Okay.
We're gonna have some fun.
Y'all
We're gonna
know
have a really good time.
I'm always for getting the heck up out of here. Just
Cody still has
invite
never
me
been
and
to
I'm out.
Vegas, which
Never
is
been to
crazy
Vegas.
to me.
I would like to
In
go.
your
that is
life?
insane to me.
Never been.
Cody,
his
in
life,
your
dude.
life,
Never been, kid.
Life?
Never been
you
to
too
Vegas.
old now. You gotta
I
do
know.
Vegas. You gotta.
I know. That's why, like,
Has
gotta do
Christy ever
Vegas.
been? Has Christy ever been to
Christy's
Vegas?
never been. That's the thing. Is like Vegas will not
Okay.
be something different. I'm not doing the whole like. I should have went after 16 when the whole thing was a Vegas trip, and once I missed that, like I don't know. Every time everybody's like,
But
oh,
the fact that
Vegas.
Christy's never been either, like, we could do like a birthday.
That's
like,
what I'm
we should have to
thinking.
go for like something like somebody's
Yeah.
birthday. It is so fun because the time change and the weather, and it always
Yes.
is open. You know, it's just something always to
The-
do. We
the-
could see some shows. We
the
could do
day clubs
whatever.
on the
It is really
rooftop.
fun.
right?
Yes, it's really
Vegas is
fun.
next level.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
a
we will
rooftop
definitely
club.
have to do it. We'll definitely.
Stephanie's
have to
never
do it.
been to Vegas,
I
so this
haven't.
is her first time.
Way.
Yeah,
Okay,
see?
y'all tripping. I used
Yeah.
to go to Vegas every year.
I've been to Reno.
Every year we used to go to Vegas, and it was a group of us because there was a basketball tournament out there. And so they would go for this basketball tournament, and I would get all my girls, and we would go, and we would be there from, what was it? It's like the second week in April or something. We would go every year. I went every year for like 8 years. It was a ball.
Vegas is
Y'all gotta
amazing.
go.
Love
Y'all
Vegas.
gotta
Christy goes, okay,
Love
we're all
Vegas.
doing it. Sounds like a plan.
There you
I
go.
love Christy.
Once
Shout
Christy's
out
in.
to Christy. I'm glad it's this Christy and not the bald head Christy. I thought it was the bald head Christy that was supposed to get on BB23.
Christy
was- she
loves
was
that.
supposed to be
She
on your
was
season.
super pissed. She actually knew who that was and was like, oh my God,
Oh,
she's
you
going on
know
Big
her?
Brother 23?
I don't know her, but she's been
The bald-headed
everywhere.
Christy.
I don't know her, but she's been everywhere. I was like, damn, she is living better than she's getting more coins than the real
Well, she
BB
was-
cast
so
that was on
She has
the
a
show.
fan
She
base.
was
She has a
big
fan
time.
base
She was
already.
big time before.
Yeah.
She was?
She is.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
shout
she's
out
like
to
a model.
Christy.
She's a model.
Sports
Yeah, she's a
Illustrated.
Oh, I
model.
didn't know.
Yeah,
I
she's
didn't
big
know.
time.
I
That's
don't know
why
anything.
Christy
I don't
saw
know
her and
anything
was like,
about
oh my
her.
God, I know who that is. And I was like, no shit, do you really? And she goes, yeah, and then explained it. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God. So this girl's coming on. She's like, she was already in.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, she
But
was
this
already in the-
Christy is turning her name blue with tools in it on the.
She's
on
a
the
Yeah,
moderator.
she's a moderator.
She's
She's a moderator. she's this Christy's turning it blue with
This
the
Christy
tools
got
and-
tools on it.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
What wizardry is this?
Yeah.
She turning it blue for me, and she put a tool next to it, so it's that Christy for me.
I love that.
My God.
What's that
Oh,
wrench mean?
She want to tighten it up. That's the maintenance.
Oh my God.
The handyman is here.
Blue
Yes.
tools. That's me.
She here to fix the job.
Is that a fuse box or an open safe behind me? I gotta be honest with you. They threw this. I can't believe they put this thing in our bedroom. I'm so pissed about this of this apartment
That
complex.
is weird.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I gotta get this thing, and like, I'm just so stupid. Like, to
Yeah, I
buy
thought that
stuff-
was a wall safe, man.
No, but Christy, like, I was like, at first, I was gonna put like a logo back there, something cool, and Christy was like, no, enough. Like, there's enough. She doesn't like any of this shit. She hates that this is in the bedroom, but we only have a one bedroom, so it is what it is. When we don't have,
I already
that, she
told
doesn't
you,
have to worry
buy
about it.
something that's like a thing you can hang up and then put it under your desk when you're done.
I
It'd be
know.
like a
That's what I
little-
should do. But, bro, I don't got a lot of room down here either. So I'm working with what I
No.
got. I'm working with what I got.
And whoever said DX should have won America's favorite player, hey, I would have voted for him. I love DX. I really thought he was. We was in jury talking about what he was going to buy me. He ain't bought me nothing.
Yeah, but the thing about it, and I'm not even just saying it because you're on. Ultimately, for me, like DX, like he did very well because he didn't know the game well. But you like really love the game. You played an
100%.
amazing game.
Shit, he
On
only
top of
stayed
being-
because of me. I kept
Well, that's
him
what I'm
there. I was
saying.
like,
I
let me,
mean-
come on over here and get with me.
I like when
No.
I like when America's favorite player goes to someone who is obviously very likable, but also someone who really tried hard to win. You know what I mean? Like really went in there for all the people who didn't get invited. For them, you go in there and play your hardest, and you know, don't always win, but ultimately, you played your heart out. Not everyone's gonna win. It's only one person who can walk away with the money. You know.
Aw,
But-
thank you.
But yeah,
I agree with you.
no,
on
but
it.
you are
That was-
winning.
That was the thing too. Once it seemed on your season that, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna go Tiffany's way. I was like, man, if she doesn't win America's favor, this would just be. Like,
Oh no, you were
Oh,
shooing.
quit playing. They had already been in my DM. Cody and Derrick didn't even like you. They were wanting Xavier to win.
Yeah.
We,
Well,
we thought we.
the funny thing
here's
about
the thing.
that is that we picked Xavier in week 1, and we were like,
One
yo,
to
X
win.
is our pick. And then people carry that on. Like, we didn't have you at the #1 spot of the hit list for like 9 weeks. Everybody just hates for no reason. We're like, yo.
Hey, everybody be sleeping on me. It's okay. I'm used to being the
Well, not only that,
You were like,
you've
yo,
admitted yourself. You've
Steve,
admitted
let her know how
yourself.
it works and how
You
what we had her at.
you admitted it yourself.
I admitted
Like,
myself.
the thing that you did wrong that Xavier didn't do is you stepped on your own at moments where
Yeah.
Xavier never did.
Wait, you're
He
on what?
always sat back
You're on
and played
what?
Switzerland. Your own, that saying. I'm trying to cut back on the profanity because
We've already had profanity, and I don't know what you're trying to say, man.
Well, so the saying is step on your own dick. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that.
Stepped
You don't
on my
want to do
dick?
I've never
I
heard
have
that.
You know I
never
before.
stepped on my dick, Derrick.
How do you
Yo,
do
are you
that?
serious?
I feel if you can step on your own dick, you're winning already.
No,
you know what
I
I
agree.
mean? Like,
Derrick.
Anybody in the
I
chat,
don't know
you
where
heard
I
that?
thought you was
Please,
going.
it's
guys,
all the way to
Nah.
the ground. You can step on it. You're
guys,
a winner, man.
Somebody step
I
up
don't
for
know,
me
I
in the
grabbed
chat.
mine
I
right
know
here.
I'm not the first one to
No,
say that. That's a
that
real
is
thing.
100% a
Maybe it's
Derrick or like a Rhode Island thing.
You
Come
know
on.
what Derrick said the other day? He
Nope,
said
we're
it's
not
a
going there. We're not going there. Derrick,
he said it's a dog. He said it's a doggy dog world.
Oh shit, dude! All right, I have to say this because I'm not about to rip on you. I
said
literally
it's
was
a
at
what?
training my team, and I was like, blah 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 blah. I was trying to get these kids like hyped up about training, getting ready for the spring season. I'm like, it's a doggy dog world out there. I was like, or
Yeah,
dog
Cody.
eat- I was like, or dog eat dog. I don't even know which one it is. So, bro, I love you for that. That's why you and me are
Yep.
just like we're brothers, dude. We're
I
absolutely.
Yo,
said, what
nobody's
the-
ever.
I said, what did you
Nobody's
just
ever
say?
heard. Nobody's ever heard that.
No,
Derrick,
because it's not
I
what it
ain't
is.
Never trying to step on my dick.
No, I'm not
now.
talking about the doggy dog thing. I'm talking about the.
Oh.
Stepping on the, That's what Tip's like, yo. No.
That's what I said. I ain't never stepped
I've
on
heard
my
it
dick.
before.
Somebody-
Mad people saying they
She's
heard it
never
before.
done it, man.
I
Wait,
know.
time out, bro. Two people.
No, more
You're
people
like,
are saying
yo,
it.
You mad people. Like, there's a bunch of people saying never, never, no, no, no. And then two people go, I've heard it. And you're like, mad people.
There's
He
more
always does
coming.
that.
No.
He always
There's more
does that. He
coming.
sees one person say it. He's like, everyone's saying it
It was
right
two.
now.
It was
No,
two.
no, I got big dick
here's
energy,
three.
but I ain't never stepped on
here's
my own
three.
dick.
Here's
That's right,
four.
because
We
you
gonna
keep
clear
it,
that
you
up.
keep it coiled up, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Also,
5
hold
makes
on,
it a
I want
thing.
to backtrack a little bit because this was something
Yeah.
that I also, Tiff, literally, Derrick can back me up. Early on, I said Tiff is going to get herself in trouble because she talks too much. You literally
Yeah.
came out and said that, and when I said it, people were like, it's
Oh, I
'cause you
stepped
don't-
on my own dick.
You
stepped
did
on your own
that.
dick.
Well, that's what it was. And that's it. Well, that's what I said. And when I said that, I was a misogynist and a racist.
Well, we know people are dumb. I talk too
That's why
motherfucking much.
people-
Let me tell you,
That's why
my
people are like,
mama.
"Don't talk
I'm
to
sorry,
them."
I cussed. My bad. Mama Pat, and y'all know who. If you know me, then you know Mama Pat. Mama Pat keeps it 100. I came out the house. I said, "Hey, my girl, you played a good game, but let me tell you something. You talk too much. I wouldn't have never went in there and told Kyler none of the stuff you told him." I said, "Damn, how you doing?
You were telling a lot.
You don't tell no man that you did all of this stuff and you didn't trust him." I was like, "Well, I won AFP. Yeah, I know you did, but you talk too much. You need to start keeping your mouth closed. Some things just shouldn't be said." I was like, "Okay." I mean, I knew that.
No, and that was the one. That was the one. You could make the argument that you were playing a better game than Xavier, except for that, which is huge in Big Brother, where it's like you got to be water. You'd never want to be on. You never want someone like the argument with you and Kylan was the first thing I had, where you're like, "Oh, you don't even say good morning to me." I was like, "Yo, it's so minor right now." But down
Why?
the road, he's not going to remember what you said, but he's going to remember how you made him feel in that
Yep.
moment, and that might
Yep.
be the difference. That might be the difference maker.
Yeah.
And it really is, because it's not a big deal. But when he's weighing that against Xavier, where he doesn't have that feeling, well, if I'm torn, that's the way you go, and
Yeah.
that's what we
Facts.
said.
Very true.
And
I agree with
and
that.
we said in it, we said Tiffany, being a super fan, is going to come out and say the same things we're saying. So
I
just
knew it.
and-
That's why
and you-
people
not e-
say that
did.
you shouldn't talk with us, or you should. That's what it is. That's why I was like,
I
I'm
don't
like,
care about them people. I
show
loved
us the
y'all. I
clip.
loved y'all
Yeah, we
before
know,
I
we
went
know, we
into the
know.
house. I love y'all.
I'm
know
really
y'all
saying
had
this more
y'all
for
on my
them.
little bio. I was like, they were like your favorite. I was like, they hit me. I love Cody and Derrick. Don't play with me.
I know
Whatever.
that.
Now,
I
we
don't
saw
care.
the
that
the
too.
clips. We saw the clips.
yeah, it was
they
Us
had the clips
Weekly
come
article.
out. They were like,
Us Weekly
Yes.
article
Yep.
had it. I was like, yes.
but yeah. So we all love each other. You guys aren't gonna split us
Yeah,
up.
you ain't gonna
Anything
spoil
else
that.
before we? So we just
Thank
like
you,
we just
Cleopatra. Dawn.
covered
I
everything
know it was my
tonight.
mouth that lost me the game.
another
Yeah,
person
yeah,
said
yeah,
they've
yeah,
heard it.
yeah.
I love it.
Someone
So many
talking
people
shit?
said they heard it now. So many
No,
people.
I'm Googling it right now.
Stepped
Step
on your own.
dick.
Well, we heard it
It's
now.
ridiculous.
It's a lot of people who've said it. A lot of people. Google it, Stephanie, and tell the truth.
No, Derrick.
Do you
Just
think I ever
you.
lie? You think I
Yes,
lie?
for your own benefit. Yes,
no, I don't
absolutely.
lie.
If you want to prove yourself right, you would
It's
lie
like,
through
it's
your
like
teeth.
maybe not a
believe
lie,
that.
Steph, but I do the same thing. It's like we just like kind of stretch the truth, almost borderline a lie. You know what I'm saying? I got to be right.
when's
But
your
you don't know
birthday?
me.
Cody, when's your birthday?
December 13th.
Oh, you're sad.
So now explain to me what you're a Sag means according like you
just
know me now.
Later,
I mean,
later.
We've never met in person.
We're going
but I
off.
feel
We're
like,
going off.
I mean,
But
I
you
found it in
have a- you-
Urban Dictionary.
Oh, so it's up
what is-
there. So it's up there is what you're saying.
Urban Dictionary doesn't mean it's anything.
So you're
For
saying
real,
that I
thank
just
you.
you're saying I didn't
Because
just make it up.
anybody can add it. Derrick
Exactly.
No, I'm
added
sure.
it
I'm
like
sure
5
you
minutes
did not
ago.
just make it up. What I said was I have never heard a human
Well,
being say that, and
Maybe
it
you're not
doesn't
cultured
actually
enough.
make
Maybe
sense.
You're not cultured enough.
How are you Because
It
I
is
don't know
physically
the I
possible.
don't know the freaking thing.
It is
Step on your
physically
own dick
possible.
means a lack of culture on my part,
Yes.
my friend.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No
It's
one
not
in
even
this
poss-
podcast
it's
is
like-
cultured except Derrick.
Dude,
He's the
oh,
only
yeah,
one who
Derrick is
heard
the
Yes.
most cultured with
I've
his
been- I've
doggy dog
traveled-
world.
I've
I like
traveled
doggy
enough.
dog worlds too. I'm
I've
also on
trav-
fire over
Dog-
here.
I've traveled enough.
Doggy dog.
Doggy
Doggy
dog
dog.
doesn't even make sense.
Go ahead,
man.
Derrick. You've traveled. You've
And
traveled
neither
what,
does
Derrick?
step
You've
on your own
traveled.
dick.
traveled
Go ahead,
around.
Derrick.
Through my experiences, I've heard this slang used before, and I've brought it to you guys so that now you, the next time you hear it, will go, I've heard that before.
You're
From
welcome.
which illustrious country
welcome.
did you get the terminology
I've been to
step
so
on your
many.
own dick?
I've been to so many, I can't even remember. You know? Can't remember.
Dude,
It
it
must
doesn't
have
make
been-
sense because tell me how it physically is possible. A.
That's what I'm
Stephanie,
saying. Like,
it's
why
a
would that be
it's a saying.
thing?
It's not a literal thing that we're saying here. We're not taking it literally.
Yeah, but we
Nobody
don't
is
like
stepping
it
on their
though,
own dick.
Derrick. We don't
It's a-
like it though.
It's just like you saying like my ass is on fire. It's not
No,
literally
'cause
on
your
fire.
ass
no, but your
Your-
ass can
yes.
be off. Your ass can be on
Exactly.
fire.
Yeah,
You
here's
you
never
can-
ain't no
I
flame
It
understand
behind
can
what
feel
Cheetos,
as if
one
it's
too
on
many.
fire.
There's
You
not a
can
penis
never
that hits
feel
the
like you're
floor.
actually stepping on your own dick.
Yeah.
That is not true.
That is
look
actually-
up elephantitis. You look up elephantitis.
But
It
that's,
happens.
that's of the testicles.
no,
Exactly.
no, it's not.
But
It's
you
not.
could
time to
technically-
go off because y'all are fooling.
No, I actually, honestly, I wanted to know what about the Sagittarius thing because you keep bringing up the Leo and all that, and like I'm not into it because I think it's like I'm not a big.
Don't even
horoscope
So
keep-
this
person.
is the
Don't.
thing. I don't know many
It's real.
Sagittarius men. I don't, but I do know that Sagittarians are fire, and the women are like Nicki Minaj, and they just really are. I don't know how the men are. So it's interesting that you say that you're a Sag, but you don't seem like a fire sign to me. I don't know. You might have
Christy
some.
told me my moon sign. Wait, no, there's
Is
you have
what?
two signs.
It must be like a water.
You have
sign or
many
something.
signs.
Is it
Scorpio?
It's a water sign. It's Scorpio. I was gonna say Cancer, but it's Scorpio because you're very passionate. You're very like you're very caring. You're compassionate. Like you're very genuine. So I saw a water sign there somewhere. I thought
like
it was
it.
Cancer, but it's Scorpio. That makes sense.
As
I
long
get
as
it.
it's all the good stuff, because I know there's always bad stuff in the water sign. So just thank you for only mentioning the positives.
The Sagittarius
I
man
keep
is
it
very
positive.
fun-loving, energetic,
Not at all.
and
Nope.
adventurous. He's
No, I
very
don't think so.
courageous, wanting to explore and try everything and anything.
That
He
doesn't
has an
sound like me at all.
enthusiasm for life and the world. Sagittarius will try his best to keep the mood light. Sagittarius is typically considered the fun friend of the group, turning the most mundane evening into something
If by fun
unforgettable
friend it means just a
and
guy
exciting.
that pounds a lot of drinks and then like gets reckless, I guess. I go
Sagittarius
back.
men are very confident, which could sometimes be depicted as cockiness.
I love Christy.
I've been called cocky before.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that. I could see that. I don't think so, but I could see that.
I do
I knew
get it.
Derrick was an Aquarius. He is such an Aquarius. If you look up Aquarius man in the dictionary,
Derrick.
it is Derrick.
Who
Yeah.
who is? Oh, you're saying I am
Yeah.
Aquarius. What's an Aquarius? What's the definition of an Aquarius?
You-
I don't
it's just
follow
ve-
the.
You're just very chill. You guys are very laid back. You just,
Fucking laid back, Derrick?
non-confrontational. Yeah, non-confrontational.
Stephanie should just have hater over her. Like,
Yeah.
picture.
Don't talk
Listen.
Derrick
No,
without
she's-
Steph
she's
just
an
hating
Aquarius-
jumping in
She's an
and
Aquarius.
hating.
Like,
She's an
you
Aquarius
can't-
woman. Aren't you an
you-
Aquarius, Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it say
they
hater
tell it
under
like
Aquarius?
It is.
They tell it like it is. You're not laid
tell it
back,
like
but
it
you know what?
is.
I can attack you, but if anybody else comes for you, I'll fuck them up. All right?
No. Okay.
No, see,
right,
you're
Worry
more
about me.
aggressive
that.
than
I
him.
like that.
He's
Worry about-
not so
worry about-
aggressive. He's not aggressive as you are.
Yeah. So what happened there with the horoscope with the moons? What happened?
No,
on that
because
one?
Aquarius
Stars,
women
how
are
the
like
male and the female are different. The male
Aquarius
and
women
female
are
different.
independent. We
Yes,
don't want to
okay.
be like held down. We don't want to be told not to do something. If you say don't do it, we're
Okay.
gonna do it.
We gonna do it anyway. I feel it, honey. I got some Aquarius in me.
Mm.
How you
You
doing?
about to?
Oh,
What?
man.
All right.
Okay,
and
so we're
sign us
about
off.
to,
Derek,
and so we're gonna
Derek,
end
get
this
us out.
live,
Derek,
and
sign us out.
we're
Thank
gonna
you.
go to
I had to.
virtual.
Come on, it's like the normal pickup
porn.
line. Come
Get us out here, D.
on.
Sign us out, bro. Sign us
All
us
right.
out.
On that note, and I got shit for saying step on your own dick, but Stephanie saying you're about to have some Aquarius in you. Make that make sense. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Later.
Bye.